or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer. No
Yeah,
champagne
baby.
or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer.
What is up, and welcome back. We are live on a Thursday. Back in the house. Got my homeboy Ty. Got Shannon there as well. Check them out now on the Wish You Were Beer channel. Now it's going to be here. I think she told me earlier, so we'll get her in, and then later on probably have Dave pop in from Beer in Front as well. So happy Thursday to all of you out there, and welcome back here as we kind of talk about beer. And as the promo said, choose to drink beer. Although tonight, brace yourself. But I am not drinking beer because as an old man getting older, I got hit with a little bit of a gout flare. So I'm kind of limiting the alcohol right now.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. It's pretty much almost just about out of my system, but I don't want to risk it since I have to go visit Mom up in New Jersey this weekend and have to be all driving around and walking around, all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, you don't want that firing up on you.
Yeah, Big Toe was just able to start getting bent again, but gout is you're a nurse, Shannon. You know, gout's just a pain in the ass type thing.
The problem is that uric acid.
Yeah, there's no cure for gout. So
You're taking allopurinol though, right?
no, I got some cocamine something. The doctor prescribed COCH something, blah blah blah. I used to take.
I think that might be the generic name for.
It's like a little pill, but I used to take naproxen sodium, and that's surprised I didn't get that this time again. She actually gave me. There's a different doctor, different state, different things they do. I mean, I'm here in Maryland still, where they got the Johns Hopkins University, so they're supposed to know medical stuff. So I can't really argue with some of the doctors. I think they have too many doctors in the area.
Well, I think they're concentrated on the big diseases. They're not concentrated on gout.
Yeah, but it's like every little thing they want to give you a shot or a prod or like yo, you guys are way too medical. When I was in Kentucky, I went to see a Kentucky doctor. I told him what I had. He said, "Here you go. You're out the door. You guys want to run every type of exam." I know I got insurance, but I ain't trying to use all my insurance right now.
But the more they do, the more money they take. So they
exactly.
think of.
I was gonna say you'll land where you're supposed to, but my perspective is kind of changing on that. So you're fucked, Rod.
Well, probably. So yeah, but I have you here to share the beer and talk about the beer and all that kind of stuff there too. And I know you guys still have your nice little stash from Jungle Gyms, I'm sure, that you're working through.
No,
so
it's gone. We need to make another trip. We drink it all.
Dwindling down.
You can't drink it all that fast, did you? Really? You must have a lot of videos coming up.
Rod. We haven't. Yeah.
Well, they're all material for videos now, right? So you know.
Right. Well, no, she quit now. So
you quit the channel? How'd you quit the channel already? You just started it.
I told Todd when we first started, I'm like, I will start this with you. But I know how I am. I might be like, okay. I'm like, I'll get you going. And then maybe I'll make like guest appearances or whatever. I mean, I still would edit your videos, but it's just, it is what it is.
Oh, no,
it's her thing for this month,
I'm an artist. I'm an artist now. I'm an artist.
For now, next month. See if it's saying
he's a builder. She likes to build, but she doesn't complete all the time. She likes to build.
Yeah, I like to start things. I don't like to finish things.
Yeah, maybe that's the end thing, because once it's over, it's over. You don't want to finish it because you know it's done.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's done. I'm just not. I'm
tired of it.
Yeah, I'm like, I need some dopamine.
ADHD at the fullest.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Cheers to Vanessa. Said hello, hi Rod, and hi Todd. And then she says hi Shannon on Shannon's own little line. So,
well, Todd got his own line too. The joke's not funny.
No, Todd was with me. Hi Rod, hi Todd. And then she put you separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Big Daddy in the house, Southern Tier Peanut Butter Cup Stout. There you go. How you like that one, Big Daddy? I was a fan of that one. Some people had a mixed review, and I actually dug that one. I thought it was a pretty good peanut butter cup tasting beer.
I almost grabbed a peanut butter cup beer to start out with, but wasn't
little,
Southern Tier.
little after Halloween, why not have a little bit of peanut butter cup?
Yes, peanut butter
Yeah.
cup. Mm.
I know we're after Halloween. Did you guys put a Christmas tree up yet? When do you
Not
put up a
yet.
Christmas tree? Do you put up a Christmas tree?
We do.
Yeah. So when we first moved into this house, I was at work and I'm like, I want like our ceilings in this house are really tall in the living room. So I was like, I want like a really big tree. Well, Todd and his mom went to Sam's Club and when I was at work and they brought home this tree that they also
I think it's like 12 foot tall or something.
yeah, and they also did not pay what it was supposed to be. And it was still a deal. It was supposed
Rod
to be
J
like,
deal? Nice.
We tried to. We
Yeah,
tried to tell
yeah.
it. So it came in 2 different boxes.
it was supposed to be like $400, which
Yeah.
was an amazing deal on that Christmas tree.
So the lady scanned it and she was like, $49.99. And I was like, what? I was like, that's not right. She's like, no, I scanned it. I was like, what about this other box? She's like, no, they all go together. I'm like, yeah, I know. She's like,
You pulled a Brenner. You like arguing with her.
She said that's what it scans. So I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I
and
tried. I
so-
wasn't trying to walk out with it, but I was trying to let you know that's not right. But
Yeah, so I come home from work and this tree is so big and I love it. It's like the gaudiest tree.
it's not gaudy.
Well,
Just
and
because it's tall.
hey, we all can have adjectives to describe it
What's gaudy about it? Other than
because it's
tall.
just so big.
It's lanky.
I love it. I love it. Because I call it gaudy doesn't mean I don't. I love it.
Yeah.
It's humongous and I love it. And
Yeah.
So yeah, we do put up a tree. I mean, I go through cycles in life where I'm like this person and then I change to this person. And so for a long time, it was like the day after Halloween, I want to put that Christmas tree up. And Todd was like, he's like, no, it's too soon. It's too soon. And he'd fight me on it. And then we put it up eventually. And now I'm like, I don't give a shit if we put the Christmas tree up. I really don't care. You know?
I feel like you'd have to wait. I mean, we don't even put one up now because it's just us anyway. But when we did one out, I feel like you had to wait till at least Thanksgiving.
Well,
I just feel like if it's before Thanksgiving, it's too soon.
we host Thanksgiving and Christmas at our house. For his side of the family and our side of the family, we combine it into one night, which I think is amazing because a lot of times if you're married, you got to go to her side and then you got to go to his side. So we just do it on one night, his side and my side. We all are one big family.
It's all come together. Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I like to have the house decorated for Thanksgiving, the Christmas, because it's a big tree and it's a lot of work. So I'm like,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, I want it up. But now I'm like, it's more before it was for me or us. And now I'm like, everybody's going to be upset if the Christmas tree's not up for Thanksgiving. And now when they come over and the tree's not up, they're all like, oh, we thought the tree would be up for Thanksgiving,
Say, well, just wait for Christmas because it ain't going to be up then either.
First world problems.
You do
Pretty
Christmas
soon,
You do Christmas
Rod,
carols around a tree?
Hey, Rod, pretty soon I will not be able to say first world problems. I will have to say third world problems. Yeah.
Nobody ever gives credit to the second world. They're trying. The second world's trying to get there, but everybody skips from first to third. Like, what about the second world? They don't get no love. Like the middle child is like Jan Brady, always Marsha.
Right. That's what I try to do in my life, believe it or not. I try to be in the middle so nobody like really pays that much attention to me. But
yeah.
I fail.
Speaking of middle, did you see
Wow.
the new commercial from the kid that he's a man now, but the kid used to play Malcolm in the Middle, and he's like on an airplane by himself, and he's like, "Hey, I'm no longer in the middle anymore." He's jumping around from different seats and stuff. Like, I can sit here, I can sit there. He's like, "I'm no longer in the middle. I can come up here and do this." It's like, it's pretty funny how they kind of did that. But that guy will always be like typecast as being like that Malcolm in the Middle kid. I think I haven't seen him act in anything else since then, really.
Yeah. you know.
I mean, he still
one-
gets residuals. He gets residuals, so he's probably happy.
See, that's
Probably have seen him. I don't even know if I know what he looks like now. Probably I'm sure he still looks the same, but just
He kind of looks
older.
the same, just older. Like, yeah.
But don't you think that's the perfect
Little
place
Hollywood drugged out.
life?
That's what?
That's the perfect place to be in life. Nobody's paying that much attention to you. No, you're not struggling, but nobody's like trying to take you down because you're doing better than them. If you're in the middle, nobody's paying attention. You just living your life. It's just, you know.
Yeah, but there's some people in the middle get lonely because nobody does pay attention to them.
True.
Some people.
There's
They're like,
problems. There's problems in the third, the second, and the first.
Yeah, it wasn't easy going for Jan Brady. We know that.
Well, I mean, whatever. We can all pick which ranking we'd like to be in. I'd like to be in the middle.
I kind of like being only child. That's how I grew up. I kind of like
Mm.
that. All about me.
Yeah.
Vanessa.
But have a different perspective on things then. A little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I was the only girl. I don't really feel like it was. It might have been all about me, but I didn't pay attention because I was in my own head. But I was the only girl on both sides of the family.
You
Like,
probably
my
got
mom-
spoiled like crazy though.
Well, I mean, I could have been, but I should have taken advantage of that. But I was around so many boys that I was playing in the dirt, and I felt like a boy. You know, I wasn't like my mom tried to make me a little princess in dresses and shit, but
Yeah, you're like tomboy qualities and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I still am.
Yeah. Pippi Longstocking? Pippi Longstocking? What was that old character back in the day?
Yeah,
Pippi Longs. Yeah.
Yeah.
with the red hair braids. I mean, she
Yeah.
had something
He was a tomboy.
about her though.
Yeah, well, that's before we started putting initials on stuff, I guess, but that's a whole
You know.
different thing.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Vanessa says, does anybody make a pistachio tasting? Yes, you can find a good amount of pistachio type beers out there. There's pistachio like stouts that are done, pistachio porters. There's some different ones. I mean, I think Hot Butcher did one that was pretty good before, but there's some other ones you'll find out there too. So it's kind of common to see some breweries doing that now. I don't know if they're everywhere though, because it's kind of like I feel like Cincinnati had a good amount, especially going to like Jungle Gyms or something like that. Some of your specialty breweries will do them here and there, but it's not like everybody's probably seen them. So, but they are out there. JT's in the house is drinking a chocolate Camaro milk stout by Half Acre. Very nice. Or it's like some Half Acre. Speaking of Half Acre, I know that I don't know if they went in yet or not. You would know, JT, but I know Hot Butcher was pumped up about finally settling into that new location, I guess, fully. So whatever they were doing there, but they were there. But I thought they were there when we were there before. But I guess they got a bigger area now or something. I was seeing something about that online. Vanessa always keeps her Christmas tree up.
We have one in the basement that's always up.
Yeah, I feel like that. I mean, that's a convenient factor to always have it up there.
It's an IU tree though, Todd.
Yeah, it's all decked out in IU stuff. So ornaments and tree topper.
And our like decorations or decor down here are all like sports.
Well, really, I
pictures
just
and
never
stuff.
put it away a couple years ago because it was hard to put it in any room in our storage area. But now it's kind of cleaned out, so I'll probably put
It's
it
like-
away.
It's a very tiny tree.
Yeah, it's,
Well, if IU stays undefeated, Christmas will come early in football.
hell yeah.
That shit is crazy. Like I have a resident
yeah.
at work, and we talk about that every like when I was like, I used to like they got it again, and so we talked
They're
about
8-0 now, right?
8-0, yeah.
Yeah, because they were 7-0. It was the first time they were 7-0, like since 1960 something, I think, or whatever they said. And then now they're 8-0, so he goes back further.
So tonight I was at Fistful of
I play
Ale,
Michigan Saturday.
but I met
Let's say it should beat Michigan. Wait, Michigan.
They're
Sorry,
they're
good.
like 14.5-point favorites now.
Yeah, yeah.
But tonight at Fistful, I met this couple, and they were an older couple, and we were somehow I talked about Kylie being Bloomington, and he said something. They were down from Bloomington, and then the wife had on this Purdue shirt, which I didn't notice. He said he's from Bloomington. I was like, "How about that football team?" And then the wife stood up with her Purdue sweatshirt on, and she was like, "IU's gonna whoop our ass." Yeah.
They suck.
I'm like, well,
I mean, as long as they don't look past Michigan. I mean, Michigan's got players, but they're just like not as strong as they should be. So Indiana's been playing some good ball.
Especially after a championship year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they got that monkey up their back. There's always like that exhale after something like that happens. So this will be the year to definitely take advantage of
Right. Yeah.
them. But no, when do they play Ohio State? Isn't that upcoming?
So they play Michigan Saturday, then they're on a bye, and then they got Ohio State.
Okay, because I was thinking they played them before Michigan. Okay, all right.
So
that could be it. So you got to be careful. It's not a trap game.
They have 2 weeks to prepare for Ohio State. So
are there
Yeah.
any other college teams that are like 8-0 or
yeah, there's like 5 other undefeated teams still.
are we
think-
gonna
Yeah.
play any of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the playoffs.
Maybe in the playoffs.
Tomorrow, probably.
Who think we talk about Indiana in the football playoffs? Who thought about it?
Think about them still being undefeated 8 games into the season.
Right.
Usually they're undefeated, but they're undefeated the other way. They're 0-8, not 8-0.
Right.
There's a lot of things we could talk about that we thought never would happen, but here we are.
Yeah.
I just hope they keep Coach Cincinnati.
Shina's still getting out of the system. I can feel it. I got it. I got what you're doing
I
there.
know you knew what I was saying.
I knew what you were saying.
I said there's a lot of things we never thought we'd have to talk about, but here we are.
Hey, Mal. Welcome.
Hi.
Vanessa has a 20-foot. Well, she used to, when they had a large mansion they rented one time, they had a 20-foot tree. That would be a huge. That'd be a Clark Griswold bringing in from the outside type tree.
That would be, I'd have to put that up on Labor Day because it would take so long.
Yeah. That would be a big one.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's no squirrel that was in that tree. And,
I would love if a squirrel came out of my tree. That
well,
would
you
be
remember the scene for Christmas Vacation.
Well, I'm not sure.
Has she not seen Christmas Vacation? Did she not see Christmas Vacation?
Not at one time you haven't.
No, I grew up on Christmas Vacation.
I thought you said you hadn't seen
No,
it all.
Christmas Story.
Oh.
Christmas
So
Story.
the
I've
squirrel in
never-
the tree. I mean, that's classic scene right there.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Russ Griswold, everything upsets him and pisses him off. Instead of looking at it as a gift that a
Talking
squirrel.
about Clark, not Russ.
Who's Russ?
Russ is a kid.
Yeah. Well,
Russ was winning all the
Russ
cars in
went-
Vegas
oh.
Vacation.
It was a squirrel.
He's Mr. Papadopoulos.
That's right.
Vegas Vacation was my least favorite of all of them.
See, the first time I saw that, I didn't like it either, but now it's probably
It's pretty hilarious.
And
Yeah.
this one,
Mhm.
Well, I think we talked before. I think Shannon like European Vacation is the best one, right? Is that right?
no.
See, I think that's the worst one.
Yeah, I think it is too.
One,
Okay.
that one where they go to Wally World. What it was
That's-
Wally World. Wally World.
Yeah, that's
I had
the
the
worst one.
soundtrack on a cassette tape to that whole movie.
Playing Holiday
Play a
Road
song,
all
I
the
better
time.
know every word to it from the soundtrack.
The only one I remember the soundtrack is Holiday Road. That's the one I remember.
I was going to say me too.
Yeah.
That's
I know there were more really in it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of them. Like-
Holiday.
Holiday Road. Yeah, and then like the whole Christy Brinkley scene when
Yeah, I remember that
the
scene.
Bars, and
Mhm.
then they get
Everyone
to
does.
the hotel, motel, whatever it's called. I still don't.
Holiday Inn. Say
What?
And then not Russ. What's
Clark.
Clark Griswold looks out the curtains, and Christy
Yeah.
Brinkley's out there. Yeah, I don't know.
In the pool, that was a Christmas Vacation. In the pool.
No,
when
that
he's-
was the original.
Oh no, in the hotel in the original, but then he was dreaming about the pool and the Christmas. He was
Yeah.
getting out of the pool.
Yeah.
And then the little niece or cousin has to sit on his lap, like, not now.
So was the original one too was when the grandma died in the back seat, and was it the one where they had the dog on the
Dragged around the
dog?
original. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the grandma died and the dog died in that same one, and Christy Brinkley happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but cousin Eddie's kid stopped from being cross-eyed.
Well, thank
That-
God for that.
Again, got kicked, and
Cousin
next thing you know, straightened it out.
Because Cousin Eddie's child had a chance at a wonderful life as long as he wasn't cross-eyed.
Yes, she was cross-eyed, and they were like, "What happened to her eyes?" And he said, "Well, funny thing, Clark got kicked by the mule, and her eyes went back, or whatever." So yeah. Emerson's in the house, says hello. Rod, Todd, Shannon, everyone rested up. Got some rest on Halloween. Some of us showed up last week dressed like Poppin' Fresh. I got hammered on myself watching monster trucks on YouTube.
What's Poppin' Fresh? What's Poppin' Fresh?
And at the
Poppin' Fresh is the Pillsbury Doughboy. That's his name.
What is up, Kettle? Cheers. Hey, everyone. Let's say hello to everybody. Emerson and Kettle. Hey, Vanessa. My tree is 4 feet and sits on a table on the left side of the living room. I think as you get older, the trees do get smaller. You
Yeah.
just become like a thing that's just there. Like nobody wants to keep putting them up, and like just like you're getting older. Just like get a little one and sit it right to the side. Yeah.
yeah.
Probably 3-foot tree. Because you're tall, Vanessa, so you probably underestimated it there. The original designation Western democracy were first world, USSR, and other communist countries were second world, developing countries third world.
Oh, well, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Pretty good at being away from others. My Alaska tour duty was great fun, sleeping in the remotest places. Yeah, you're probably doing well there. Like, I mean, what do you do when you're like in Alaska like that? You can't really go anywhere. It's so cold. I guess you just sleep, read a book. I mean, this was back when Vanessa was doing it. It was before internet and all that stuff, right? So it was kind of like.
It depends on what part of Alaska you're in. It could be, 6 months and 6 months. So.
Yeah. Depending where you're at.
It goes down or the vice versa.
I feel very nostalgic for the times when I didn't have the information I have now. I feel very
nostalgic for it. Like you missed those times?
I miss the times when I didn't know what I know now.
Yeah.
Because of the internet.
And so you're missing the times you miss ignorance where ignorance was bliss because you didn't know.
Ignorance is bliss.
Well, technically, I think we still have a lot of that going around.
Right. No, it's too complicated.
I know what you're saying. No, it's like, so I was watching a YouTube video earlier. It was about Full Metal Jacket, the movie Full Metal Jacket, and like 30 different facts about it and everything like that. And they talked to the one fact, the one woman who was probably like the most popular like line out of it, like the me so horny prostitute chick.
I have a big childhood memory about that line.
Yeah, so they were talking about like she was the role, the one that played her, and stuff. How basically now she's like pretty much off the map, has no like social media print whatsoever, like just living her life like away from everything. And they were just kind of talking about how it was just like she was a model at one point, and she was doing other different life, and just kind of like cash it all in just to have her own privacy and her own place in the world. And she's like, I guess 60 something now, but it's just like she's just off somewhere and just like relaxing and doing nothing. So it's like, some people live their lives without having that social media print and stuff. And
because like even like the last few days, I'm like, I would like to just destroy all, like I just need to know about the people around me, which I know is ignorance too. Like I need to know, but sometimes you hear things and they're not true, and so it's too much.
Well, cheers to Shane for being in the house as well. Cheers, Shane.
Hi, Shane.
Hey, Shane. I got some questions for you about Canada. Is what I have for you.
Okay, well, Shane, hang in there. We're going to have some questions from Shannon about Canada for you. Going to give you a little Canada trivia, I guess.
How to move there and live there, I think is what her question is.
What does an American have to do? I love the Southern Tier peanut butter cup. Don't know if it's better than Fat Bear or Honey Bear peanut butter salsa, but yeah, I thought it was pretty solid. That would be a nice little thing if you can get the fat bear and put it next to the Southern Tier. Do a little challenge.
I love challenges.
Cheers to Vanessa from Shane. Cheers, JT. Hi, Shane. Hey, Shane. Hey, JT. Hi, Todd and Shannon. Miss you guys. Yeah, miss you too. Well, thanks, Shannon. Appreciate that. Just throwing that in there at the end, Shane. put me in the parentheses section, will you? Okay.
Oh, being so sensitive.
I'm not going to say you left Mal out, though. I'm just saying. Just saying. Where's Mal? Just saying. You don't miss Mal? Just saying. We'll put you out there now.
I will say that Mal is Shane's favorite. I know that for a fact.
He can't have favorites. He's not allowed to have favorites.
I mean, it's a yeah. I mean, it is.
What do you mean it's a fact?
I mean, it's not a fact because there are no facts. There are no facts in the world we live in. But yes, no, Mal.
I adore Shane. He's literally my absolute favorite human.
You.
Yes.
And I mean that, and that, like, I'm not like trying to, but yes.
Yeah.
So I think that Shane didn't put it because it's just known. It's just known.
And they teach that a little bit. That's a big guy. See, you have a show with Marty Natural. He's my buddy. We hosted brewery tours together for a couple of years through Chi-Town. Oh, very nice. Yeah. We'll get into talking about that here in a little bit too, but that'll be taking place next week and pretty cool things taking place that he has going on. Here's a Bart in the house. What is happening, my friend? Happy Thursday to you.
I think
Really? It could autocorrect that to Shannon. Like, well, I mean, autocorrect's going to do what it's going to do. I got PA. Paul's in the house. Cheers, Paul. Saw you and Mal in a debut there with the karaoke the other day.
Know,
Great
right?
job. Yeah.
Oh, Nutmeg is
Yeah.
character, man.
Speaking of the karaoke, Shane doing Gangnam Style, knowing the words, like not even looking at the screen, just knowing the words. That's a little scary, Shane. That's what I'm saying.
But it was fantastic.
But if we're going to Korea, we take Shane with us. That's for sure.
That's
We know
right.
some Korean, yeah.
Well, Nutmeg messaged me like 4 times saying, "Is it okay if I post this one that you sang? Is it okay if I post this one?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's
What
fine."
the hell? He didn't ask me anything. He's throwing my stuff up there. I didn't say he put the vanilla ice up there yet. He's throwing the vanilla ice and his Skilo already up there. Like, you don't ask me.
He was checking with me. He's like, "Is it okay if I post your karaoke?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine, dude. Like, I knew the cameras were
Why
running."
ask you when you're like the best singer of anybody there?
Bullshit. Did you hear Paul?
Well, you and Paul. I just heard Paul and your thing there, but apparently Paul doing opera would have been bringing the house down. So yeah.
Paul doing like Pavarotti, and I was
Paul
doing,
was
what was
that
it,
was-
Sarah Bareilles? Between the two of us, oh my gosh, that was, and I didn't know the words at all. Like, I was totally fudging the words, but it was so much fun.
I said it was like 2 angels up there. 2 angels.
Paul was thinking, I was
Yeah.
like, "Where's the translator at?" Because he had the, doing the
Yeah.
Italian opera. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Well, no, he was singing fully in Italian, and it was beautiful. Like, he did such a good job. I wish I knew the song better. Actually, I should learn it for the next time we're all together, because I'd like to sing it with him proper, where I actually know the words.
Yeah.
I was thinking, damn,
I
did I
mean-
drink that much? I don't even know what's happening now. This isn't real.
And
Who
I'm
thinks
sure
that-
Brian, the beer snob, in his bedroom right next to where we were doing karaoke was having a lovely time.
Who thinks it's a big find that we found out
Sorry.
Paul was cultured that weekend, which was awesome.
No,
I know.
that is the thing.
He walked over and just sat down at the piano and randomly started playing, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, he plays piano too? Fuck, this is great."
No,
Oh,
Paul
that
was
was
the
amazing.
biggest surprise of the whole trip for me because I was like, he's gonna be like, but he was like, you see people and you have an opinion about them and you think they're gonna be one way, and then he came in and he was so shy and he was so quiet.
Yes.
And
I know, it's so
then-
funny because in comments he's so crass all the time.
Yes.
He goes out of his way to make people uncomfortable, and then in person he's just the sweetest teddy bear ever.
And he's so dynamic.
I know.
Yes.
He
was
stayed
the most
that first night. He
dynamic.
stayed up with me until 6 o'clock in the morning, and we were like
Yes.
playing ping pong, and like it was so stupid.
Yes,
like
he knew
we were too
so
drunk to hit the
much.
ball.
Yes, he knew so
Oh my
much
gosh!
about like I love when you meet people and you think they're going to be this way, and then they just blow your mind about who they actually are. And
that was 100% him. It was amazing.
Yes, Paul.
That's always a pleasant surprise.
Yes, and not only that, like we've seen him on here, and then when I met him, he was like the sweetest, most down to earth person. Yeah.
Such a great human. I loved it.
Yes, great human. That's a perfect way to describe.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Human League said it best. He's only human. Oh, let's say hello to Paul there. And cheers all. Local grocery stores are selling turkeys next Friday at 59 cents a pound. My brother and I are going to fill the spare freezer.
Nice.
That's a good deal on turkey, right? 59 cents a pound.
Yeah.
Why don't people cook turkey more? I love turkey. I mean, I like the dark meat of a turkey. Like, it's probably.
I mean, now you get like turkey meals, like lean cuisine, all that kind of stuff. It's funny because that was one of those things, like on the Food That Built America, one of their episodes about turkey, because they were like doing Butterball and all that, and the guy was doing Swanson. They were like trying to figure out because people would not eat turkey except for Thanksgiving. It was just that one type of meat or whatever. They had to figure out a way to do that, and through their process, they found out you could freeze it for a year, but you couldn't cook it from the freezer into the thing because it would like kind of fall apart. Until that's how they ended up getting the Swanson turkey meals and all that kind of stuff. But if people were just like, it became so associated with that holiday that it was there. But now you have other spots where they use turkey. Like you go to fairs, they have turkey legs and turkey wings that plays. And some restaurants will now serve that during the course of the year too. So just where you're at, I guess.
Yeah, there's some places you go like open faced turkey sandwiches.
Oh no, like when we went to when we were in Gatlinburg, we went to the Renaissance.
Renaissance Fair, like whatever, when they probably had turkey legs and all that stuff. Yeah.
Eat everything with your hands, and they gave you a big drumstick. But I'm also feeling guilty. I said that because I'm like, okay, that's good for the turkeys that we don't want to eat them all the time. That means more of them can live. So turkey's bad, except for on Thanksgiving.
You don't say that about the cows. You eat hamburgers.
What about the lunch meat? Turkey lunch meat. Eat turkey.
Yeah, deli turkey.
Yes, I know.
Deli turkey, carb turkey. Oscar Mayer. Yeah,
I will take a ham over a turkey for any holiday. Just saying.
I will too. Yeah.
I
talking about the only child thing. When I was the only grandchild growing up, like my grandmother would make turkey, like on Thanksgiving, but she'd make a ham for me as well. So.
Oh well, only child.
Because I wouldn't eat turkey. Yeah, I didn't say I wasn't spoiled. You kind of like you weren't spoiled as the only girl. I'm sure you were spoiled as the only girl.
I was not spoiled. I was the boy. I was a boy. They tried to spoil me, but I wouldn't let them because I'm like, no, I'm just like them. I wanted to fit in. Yeah.
Okay, Shannon. Okay.
My dad. I couldn't take it.
We get Shannon's brother on it. We get Shannon's brother on, and she'd be like, "Yeah, she was spoiled." We'd be like, "She was spoiled." We get your brother on.
My brother, because my dad was sexist, and he had a son, and he had me, and he was like, "No, boys gotta blah blah blah, and a girl's gotta be taken." But my brother asked my dad for more help. I will eat dirt before I ask anybody for help, even my dad. Like, so it didn't work out quite as he thought. Like, I'm like, I don't need you. I don't need you. I got it. I got it.
It's hard to ask for help.
I hate asking for help.
It's hard.
She wouldn't even ask me for help.
Yeah, no.
Love you,
Shane gives all the caps loves to Mal now.
You spelled my name wrong, but that's chill. I still love you.
He's over 2 right now. You're striking out like the Yankees right now, Shane. You're striking out. You're trying.
I just love the bunches. I can't even tell you.
I will say one of my favorite moments when we were in Canada in our Airbnb was when, because I saw Shane, he was out there on the sidewalk, and and then he was like, well, that was after this happened. Yeah. And he was like, I was out there and some guy came up and offered me money. And he was like, no, I rented this place.
They
See,
thought
that's
he was
how
a homeless
that's how you know that's how you know Shane was Canadian, because it would have been one of us Americans out there. If someone gave us a
We would have
50,
taken the money.
we would have taken the money.
Yeah, I was like, all right, thanks.
They come back inside. Hey guys, I got a new idea on how we can get extra cash up here in Canada.
It's a business plan right here.
No, I'd have been like, no, keep it and give it to somebody else. Or if you're not going to do that, then give it to me, and then I will find somebody to give it to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Big
And then-
Daddy, he remembered to get that commercial done. He just did so. Yeah.
But
What were you
I
gonna
feel
say?
like it really hurt Shane's feeling that somebody did that. But it wasn't about him and how he looked. It was
I feel like he was slightly offended, like somebody thought he was down and out or something
I
like
do
that.
think
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
slightly offended.
His feelings were hurt just a little.
Oh, like if somebody's handing out $50 bills out here thinking I'm down and out, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, right.
I don't. It's not my job to go around correcting people.
I was like, I'm not really. Oh, now, thank you very much.
I mean, but to be fair, like if
Like I
you
found
walk,
my new occupation.
yeah, if you walk down the street and saw the front of the place we were at, you'd be like, nobody's sitting in front of this. This place is closed down and boarded up.
Yeah.
Like the inside was amazing. It was a super duper amazing. But like when we first pulled up, I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. This place
we get ourselves into.
I'm
Like,
hey,
lock the car
we'll
twice.
Make it work. We'll make it work.
We walk in with like, Jesus Christ, this is awesome.
It was so awesome. Yes.
Well, it was definitely like a hidden gem of a
It was
spot. so.
camouflage on the outside. Nobody knew. It was like, okay, so we just keep
Yeah.
on walking by and never even think about it. But
Those are the most favorite things in my life, though, is when you try to judge something and then it just surprises you, and then it teaches you don't judge a book by its cover.
There you go.
see, I'm thinking that place was so cool. I'm like, where else is this going to be at any place else we go to for the following years? Like, where everybody can just stay
I'm
in
not
one
getting
place
in
and
line to
whatever.
try to top
No,
it.
no. He says his hands full.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
that
about you?
place is pretty cool though that he posted a week or so ago.
Oh, for Chase?
Yeah.
I have to go. I haven't seen it yet. I have to take a look.
Oh, it's got. Oh yeah, I'm like,
It's a big ass house.
because the regret I have of this last one was I got so drunk at night I slept in and didn't go to the breweries the next day when y'all were. But then Chase posted this place and I'm like, oh, I don't think I'll regret not. I mean, it's pretty amazing. But then I'd miss the company. But you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't like to plan things. I'm like, what happens, happens.
For the moment.
Yes.
Does anybody want to share what beer they're drinking right now?
I am
Oh.
having Megan Dry Irish Stout from Liquid Love Brewing Company. It's like Guinness but bitter. So
You say like Guinness, but bitter or better?
better.
Better.
Yes.
Okay. But it's still bitter, but it's just better.
It is bitter, but it's quite nice. A very dry Irish Stout.
Very nice.
I am drinking a double IPA with Galaxy and Brew One hops from Angry Chair. It's called Prison Gator.
Is it apple? Because Angry Chair is always apple.
Oh. No, you're thinking Angry Orchard.
Oh yeah.
So, and I
There you go.
believe is what it is. I kind of like
And-
can art. Can art's kind of cool with all the little like skulls and stuff. Looks like
Yeah. Well, move it to your. There you go. There you go. Yeah, the skulls on there.
And not to make things political,
they're out
but
of
I
10.
chose Bud Light because someone told me where Miller Lite was putting their money, and I was like, "Oh no!" And so Rod told us,
Did I tell you? I don't. We're,
"Yeah,
what was it?
Todd,
couple
you-"
weeks. It's been
One of the
It's
beer
been
news.
about-
Oh, one of the beer news things. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, "Nope, not drinking their shit anymore," and that's why I'm drinking Bud Light. Yes.
Well, they all put money on all kinds of sides. They play the odds on both sides, probably. So
Well, if you're dumb enough to put it out there and give us the information, then you know.
That's what happens when you're not ignorant. The more you know, right?
I love to
Truth.
be. It's so hard to live.
Squirrels were inside the multi-story chimney and fireplace system. Our cat lined their tails up the kitchen next to our shoes. Our cat lined their tail. Wait a minute, did you kill the squirrels in there then? And then the cat got to them and then lined them up? Because that's was in a multi-story building. So apparently they had a big tree. There were squirrels that were in the chimney in the fireplace. I don't know if the cat got to them, but the cat lined their tails up, so it must have got to them and killed them or something. I'm thinking.
That's the conclusion.
What was neat about it? What was neat about it by putting them next to the shoes? Hey, when you guys go out, take these with you.
Cats are very smart. They're very smart. Yeah.
In the heat of the battle, my father wove a tapestry of obscenity that, as far as we know, is still floating somewhere above Lake Michigan. Yeah, that's a Christmas story right there.
I think that Vanessa and JT are in on something, and they're just like writing sentences of the same story.
No, we know. We were talking about Christmas Story, and that's a Christmas story line that JT did. We were talking about the Christmas tree in the multi-story building that she had, and Vanessa saying there was squirrels in their fireplace. At that multi-story building they had that year when they had a 20-foot tree. Remember the 20-foot tree we talked about?
Yeah, so they're not in on it together.
They're not in it together.
As far as you know.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Shane's like, what the hell's about autocorrect today? It can't do Mallory either. Maybe just learn to type, Shane. Hashtag user error. Google's use of the space bar as a command key is a trouble with the typomatic spell checker, Shane. There you go. Funny thing about the whole space bar. So it wasn't until about
Maybe he made it back down the stairs.
a year or two ago when I actually was reading something and found out that if you hold the space bar down on a phone, you can move the cursor.
Yes.
I didn't know that till like about 2 years ago. Like I never realized that was a thing there with the phones.
I love surprises in life. I love it when that kind of stuff happens.
RS, cheers. Good to see you, my friend.
Hi, Papa.
JV and House, cheers, Roger and crew. But hope everyone is having a great day. Indeed, my friend. Hopefully you are too. JV, though, I was going to send you a message earlier. Woo, your Chiefs are coming under a lot of fire by the fan bases out there. I don't know. I haven't really watched the games as much. I've seen a lot of videos where they're getting away with a lot of calls. They're getting away with a lot of calls, it seems. A lot of holds not getting called. Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, I wonder why. It's got to be Taylor's fault.
What Taylor's got nothing to do with the calls on the field not being called.
Yeah.
I said, except for the fact that the NFL would love to get the Chiefs to Super Bowl because everybody would tune in for Taylor, right? So that gave him a boost last year. So the NFL might be on it with the refs, maybe.
Listen,
I saw 3 linemen tackle one guy, and I'm like, there was no holding on that. I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Not saying.
Fact. Ron, that is a fact. I was at work and the Super Bowl was playing, and I'm a very big Swiftie. And I'm not ashamed to say that because people that aren't Swifties they think she's still 17 and listening to the music she put out.
How old is she? I don't think she's 17, but I didn't know how old she was now. Okay.
She's going to be 35.
So she's right there with Travis. She's right there with Travis's age base. She's actually a little older than Travis, I think, probably then. I think Travis like 32, 33. Oh, okay.
They're the same age. But the thing is that if you listen to her, if everybody thinks that no, that's not what I was getting. I was talking about the Super Bowl. So last year, I never watched sports at all, but I'm a Swiftie. And so I was like, you know what? This year I'm going to watch the Super Bowl because Travis was in the Super Bowl. And it was the best Super Bowl to watch because it was such a close game. You know, it's kind of what got me hooked on that. Because remember the Super Bowl from last year? It was very close. Like, it was a good game, but yeah. Taylor Swift, Jesus. She is she's like an amazing poet, an amazing writer, And then not only is she that she can put it to music and make a song about it.
Wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it goes.
She's making like $1,100 a minute.
But
Probably.
she also gives back every time she has a concert. It boosts the economy of that city, and then also
it also boosts the traffic in that city.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
but
true that too.
I
Yeah,
experienced that. Thank you. It was unpleasant.
she also boosts, or she also donates like a lot of cities don't say the amount. They say she donated enough for 75,000 meals for the homeless with her donation that she gave us. Yeah.
yeah.
And that's
There you go.
like, that's why I admire her, because she could just be like some bitch that, you know, I mean, I fucking love her. I love her.
Can't tell. I can't tell.
Shocker.
She's
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
She is literally, I try to listen to other artists on my like playlist and stuff.
And now she's she's like potentially getting she's getting her potential brother-in-law into fights nowadays, apparently. So trying to defend her and Travis. Yeah.
People love her so much that he can get away with saying the F word.
Well, yeah, but the way he said, like the person that said it was not a fan apparently, but yeah. So
no, he was a piece of shit.
But now Jason's out there fighting in the street. It's got Jason fighting. Watch the Christmas story early.
He did apologize.
He apologized.
The phone. He did, and I wouldn't want him to apologize for smashing the phone, but he has apologized. He apologized on the football thing he is on the panel for, and then he apologized on the podcast him and Travis do together.
Yeah.
And I love that he said, I lost control and I met hate with hate. That's what he said. He's like, I met hate with hate instead of standing up and not do it. And I'm like, that is the most perfect way to say that.
Okay.
It was the most Kelsey thing to say.
Yeah.
No, but a lot of women are like them Kelsey brothers. Like they are like, they feel their emotions and they say, I love you to each other. And they're like, they're not toxic masculinity, whatever the opposite of that is, but they're like, they feel their emotions. They cry. They do. I'm like, yeah, I love it. Until he fucks Taylor over and then I'm going to hate him.
So Vanessa says she watched the Christmas Story earlier today. White Christmas yesterday, holiday the day before. Yeah, there's a lot of Christmas shows are popping up on stuff already.
Christmas needs to stay in its damn lane.
It's like way too early. Like they had the Santa Claus and Santa Claus 2, then Santa Claus 3, and they like all the Tim Allen movies, and they've been running the other Christmas movie. I'm like, get past Thanksgiving. It's too early to me. It's just too early.
Yeah,
they're
too early.
about as bad as pumpkin beers in August.
I won't listen to a Christmas song until Thanksgiving.
Well, really July. Yeah, pumpkin. Well, Christmas beers are out now too. Mad Elf's already been out there, and different stuff already hit.
I think Christmas should be all year round because I feel like it kind of makes. Does Christmas make anybody mad?
So if it's all year round, you lose the value of it. You lose the value of it. It's all year round. It's too long, you lose the value of it being a special short time.
That's a good aspect.
That's so special. Then.
Yeah, if you have it all the time, it's not this. That's a very good point. Yeah. I agree.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Happy hour, just going for an hour. I thought you only did a short show like this one. That was me and Blake doing it. Well, happy hour is always the premise, but happy hour goes until time doesn't always go like time. Depends who's controlling the clock. Yeah. So maybe we're doing happy hour. We're doing happy hour and
then some.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody lives longer than humans. Yeah, some other whale years or something. So yeah, crocodile years because they live for like hundreds of years. So yeah.
Well, it's happy hour until you're not happy anymore, I guess.
Right, until you're not happy, then you go home. Versus JV, hey stranger, JV. LOL. Ice fishing in Alaska was awesome. That was kind of interesting. They do that in Minnesota where they go out there with the little house thing and they carve a hole and they just kind of fish through the hole out there doing ice fishing.
Doesn't look like poop.
That's the rocks shears apart. Didn't know where Shannon was going with that one. Using a hand auger to drill 3 holes close together to 6 feet of ice was problematic at times. Yeah, I bet.
That would be.
Hello, Bart, JV. Emerson, didn't see you there. But you got to watch out for Emerson. You like to sneak around. RS. Shannon, quote of the night. Ignorance is blissful.
It is.
Well, then ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Vanessa, greetings. I asked the Facebook AI thing, who was Vanessa Kitty, and returned it did not know because that name was too many. LOL. I can't believe there's a lot of Vanessa Kitties out there.
I wouldn't think so.
Cheers, JT. Hope all is well. LOL, you guys are more than welcome anytime. From Shane. What's up, Dorito? Lunch mom in the house. I can play a killer radio. I'm international. LOL. Yeah, you are. You are. Hey, lunch. Whoa, Tana Shannon with the new background. Invisible curtains are so outdated. LOL.
Moving ahead.
Hey, Vanessa, slow mode is on. Yeah, because if I don't put the slow mode on, all the comments really start flying through. That's a great tool they actually have there. They switched out the ultimate green screen with a decent background, JV.
Decent?
One great
Now I
philosopher
gotta bring the curtains back.
Yeah. Yep.
One great philosopher said, curtains are outdated like rotary phones or VHS tapes. Real trendsetters are letting the light and the world in. Why cover up the magic? Or did Shannon say that?
She probably did. She probably did.
I'm so amazed that several months later, the get-together still gets talked about. Cheers, guys. Yeah, I mean...
Fun. We had a blast.
Yeah,
I think it was definitely etched into a lot of memories for sure. People definitely had a blast. Cliff High, the godfather of internet linguistic scientist, got a reading of air combat between humans and other aliens. 39 days after Joe Rogan interviews Donald Trump. Problem, this was in 2009. Turkeys are currently like 50 to 70 each at the moment. Wow, turkeys cost that much?
No kidding. What? I was thinking my mom bought one the other day. It was like 80 something cents a pound. She bought a 20 pounder, so
Yeah, you get it for $10. $10 next week. That would be a good deal. Get them early. Smoking a turkey with hickory on Thanksgiving. Ooh.
Me too, Vanessa. That's what I did last year. Smoked my turkey. Oh, it was so good.
I will make whatever the guests come in would like at Thanksgiving. I know you can make about anything, so yeah. Get your order in. What's up, Brew and Feed? Cheers. Ham or slow-cooked turkey wings over dry turkey. Yo, I like that thinking. Y'all haven't seen Brew and Feed, make sure to check out Brew and Feed as well. Great channel there, doing some beer and cooking. Stop cooking turkeys wrong, and they will not be dry. Does anybody still deep fry turkeys? I haven't seen people deep fry turkeys in a while. That was like a little craze going on for
dangerous.
a bit. Well, only if you put it right next to the house. and you drop it from like 10 feet or more. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, watch out. Explosion. Oh, yeah.
Slow roasting or slow smoking is good. Seed frying a turkey is another fun way. Never heard of seed frying. Applewood smoked turkeys make some amazing tasting legs and wings. I think everybody just go to Vanessa's house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Sign me up. Sign me up. There's going to be a line outside the door.
I smoked ours last year for the first time. I was like, oh, I'm never going to do it another way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Or it says Outlaw Mile High Light. Who you, Miller High Light? Miller High Life?
I'm not sure.
I think your dad's been drinking a little, throwing him a little back tonight, and then throwing him a little back.
Mile High Life.
Pops is feeling it.
Well, what's the outlaw though? Okay, so Miller High Life, sure, but what's outlaw?
Isn't it an outlaw? Like, get it out of there? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
Is he not like Miller High Life?
That doesn't sound like a typo, and he usually watches this on the laptop, so you know.
Is he hitting the Imperial Stouts tonight? Maybe.
Nah, he's an IPA guy. I don't know.
Oh, he's hitting the double IPAs might be getting to him.
Maybe, but he didn't say he picked up anything good lately, so I'm not sure. Outlaw Mile High Light. I'm not. I don't know. Dad, you're gonna have to clarify, man.
Drinking hazy headlines from Masthead Brewing, my favorite hazy beer in Cleveland. Oh, nice. That is one thing. I'll be able to get some more of the Cleveland beers, and I'll talk about that here in a second too. So, the cat killed and ate, but then brought the tails and put them by the shoe.
Lovely.
Kind of interesting. The cat named Catnip hunted squirrels with me. There you go. Cheers to Craig. Cheers.
What's up, Craig?
Hi, Brew and Feed. Hi, Craig. Hey, Vanessa. And that's Shannon running. When you heard Craig's name, Shannon might be running back. I deep fried.
Don't go anywhere, Craig.
I deep fried turkeys using a tail iron tripod and block and tackle to lower the turkey into the oil. It's like a little mechanism you got going on there, a little system set up for sure. But that definitely works.
Spray got all strung out so she can stand like 20 feet away and just crank it down.
Yeah.
And just lowers it down in there.
It just seems like before a lot more people were deep frying turkeys. So probably still does it. I just don't see it as much maybe. But yeah. So caught up in the comments there.
People probably ain't doing it because of the overabundance of house burnings that was taking place.
Well, yeah.
See, her ears perked. Did you hear her? She's like, did I hear you just say Craig?
I did. I was all the way upstairs and I heard Todd say.
Well, that's what he said. He's like, is that Shannon running down to come down real quick?
That's the only person where her voice goes higher. If it's not Taylor Swift, it's for Craig.
Yes. Craig, I'm coming to your country soon.
He's exiled. He's going.
Is that a warning?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Beware. Be very aware.
Hey, can I get a marriage visa or whatever it's called? And then I can bring Todd along. And then, I don't think polygamy's legal over there. So.
I don't think he wants me to come along if you're going there. But, whatever. I'll tag along, but, the rest of it's up to you all. But
oh, and like that, we take a turn on the show. So, yeah, that's funny. I do need to go to England at some point, and Germany and overseas, just like Europe, just the whole Europe.
Heck yeah.
Go through.
It's worth it.
People go for 2 weeks, and they go 2 weeks, and you go to different spots.
I have a question, though. Like, I love to travel so much, but when I travel, it's like I have to question when I'm getting ready to go somewhere. I'm like, do I want to go there? And I'm like, yes, I want to go there. But do I want to deal with the depression that I have to deal with when I come back?
You're high on the excitement of the trip.
You gotta stop looking at things that way. You're looking at the end part, not the part you actually had the enjoyment of.
I had vacation depression for like a year.
Now, we come back from Canada. She was like depressed for like 2 months after that. She was.
I'm just like, why am I
even
here?
Still so, I'm not sure. But
Jamaica.
It's like you should be appreciating the time you had there, not while you're back.
While I'm there, I do.
But then when you're back, you should be like you had the chance to actually be there and appreciate what you had a chance to be a part of there.
We all process things differently. And
I'm just saying.
I'm like, and then like, but I also know
it's different.
But I also know if I lived there.
It's different time.
But I know if I lived in Canada or Jamaica, wherever I went, and I visited here, I'd have the same depression when I went back to the places I thought I wanted to live.
Yeah,
So
see, just think if you lived in Canada.
Well, depending on where you went, like if you
Indiana, like, I wish I lived there.
I never come to Indiana first place.
if you lived in
but-
Canada, you went to Lincoln, Nebraska, you'd be like, I'm going back to Canada.
if
Depends
there's
where you land.
Like, Cornhuskers, I don't want that shit. I'm going back to
But I also realize it's not just about the place; it's about the freedom I have.
It's about the people you get to meet and the fun you
No,
get
I was
to
gonna say,
have.
it wasn't nothing about the people, but you know.
Well, no, but it is also. I'm like, I realize I don't have to go to work when I'm up there. It's a different experience.
Yeah.
I'm back here, and it's not necessarily part of it is where I'm at, but also part of it is that I don't have to go to work every day, and I just get to have fun, get to sleep, get to do whatever. I do understand that, and I understand also if I had that every day, it wouldn't be so special.
Yeah. Yeah, because you, like I said, like the Christmas type thing, if you had it all the time, it would diminish it. So
Yeah.
the good thing is
Hey,
that you
can
don't
I show
have
you
it.
two my two new paintings?
Okay, so is your drawings.
My paintings. This
There
is
you
one
go.
of them.
Ooh, look at that.
And so it doesn't end up like, so I painted this one and then I turned it this way and I'm like, look, it looks like Mardi Gras masks with people looking at you. And I didn't know that when I was doing it, but it ended up,
Back it up a little bit.
yeah, it ended up looking like Mardi Gras masks.
Did you name your paintings?
No, I don't name them.
Now she wants to be known as Van Gogh.
No. Van Gogh. No.
You only hear
My
from one side.
favorite
You can only hear from one side if you're Van Gogh.
My
Or I
favorite.
could have said something else. but I'm
You
not
know
gonna
who my
say that.
favorite artist is, and you should know because when we very first moved out, we bought prints of this
Yeah,
artist.
Taylor Swift.
No, our
Taylor Swift's Taylor Swift's an artist.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
well, I mean like a painting artist. When we very first moved into our apartment, we
I know
bought
what you're talking about.
yes.
I'm trying to think what the hell his name is now.
Yeah, when we moved into
He
our
has
apartment,
this screen painting too, or whatever.
No. When we first moved into our apartment when we were in our 20s, we bought paintings, prints, very cheap, not even prints, probably posters of Monet.
Oh yeah, Monet.
I love Claude
Can't
Monet.
think what the hell
He's
his
my
name
most
was.
favorite artist is Claude Monet.
Monet has some amazing paintings, and they were
His name was.
painted in the gardens behind Sacré-Cœur. So if you do go to Europe and you go to Paris, you go to the Sacré-Cœur cathedral, and
Yes.
it's all artists. So the whole place in front of the Sacré-Cœur is all artists, and they're doing caricatures and they're doing, like all these beautiful paintings right in front of the thing. But if you walk behind the actual cathedral, there's these gardens with the water lilies and everything, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you, this is a reason to go to Europe right there, is to see
Right.
where those
No,
paintings were
yes.
done.
You know why?
Because I got to see this when I was 17, and I'm so glad that I got to exist in that space where this happened.
And that's
So.
amazing that you realized when you were 17
Yes.
how special it was.
Well, then I went to Père Lachaise, which is the big cemetery. I think Jim Morrison was there. I don't know if he still is, but I went to Père Lachaise, and I was a music person, and Chopin is my favorite piano composer, and he was buried there, and I got to see his grave, and I got to see Oscar Wilde's grave, and I got to see, I saw Jim Morrison's grave, which I didn't want to go close because people apparently pee there, and I don't want to be part of that, but still.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It's apparently a thing I don't want to know about, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame
But
you.
I got to see
But I
these
feel like
beautiful
Did it rain today?
Wait.
Did it rain? It's a little wet over here.
But don't
Yeah.
hey,
It ain't rained for 2 months. What?
but But I feel like that's what Jim Morrison would do if he went. So it's not.
That is
like,
exactly what he would do. Yes.
yeah, like to me, it's disrespectful, but I feel like Jim Morrison would have done the same thing.
It's kind of
So
weird though, because in the States, somebody's pissed on their graves because like you don't like that person or something.
You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Okay, do you think it's more disrespectful to spit or to piss on somebody's grave?
Piss.
I think spit on
I don't
somebody's
know. That's. I mean, either way, I mean they're dead. It's not really bothering them, but
I'm
I don't
more
know.
I'm more grossed out by urine, so I say piss.
True, right?
Sorry.
I mean, they don't really care. I mean,
Hey,
but
that wasn't the question, Rod.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty. I mean, nobody want to get pissed on, but
Yeah, but I feel like
but like if you spit on somebody, that's
actual
a more demean. That's one of the more demeaning type things. Like
right. No, but I feel like pissing is a natural thing. Spitting is like an aggressive thing that you have to put effort in to do to disrespect somebody.
Well, I don't
Okay,
know.
but when you're willing to kiss somebody, you're willing to swap spit. Are you willing to swap urine? Because I don't think you are. I'm sorry, urine's grosser.
Your dad
It's
spits
there might be some
No.
clubs for that. There might be some clubs for that out there.
Ew.
So some people might be
Yeah.
okay with that.
do
Hey,
not
and
send
there's
me to look up anything on the internet.
I was just saying, there's probably something. There's probably some Urban Dictionary that kind of hits into that.
I'm not looking up anything. I don't want to hear about your waterworks there, Rod.
Yes. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just, and I love questions that there's no right or wrong answer. You know?
It's a good question. I mean,
Yeah.
Emerson
Really
Punk Rockers used to spit on the band as a sign of affection. Whatever.
Yeah.
what else?
Yeah, so kind of interesting we took that turn. That's another turn we did not see coming tonight, folks. That happens here on the channel.
You just
Sometimes you
never
don't know. Happy hour. It's all conversation. It's all conversation. So,
know.
you guys get another beer or anything yet? Or I
Distraction.
think Mal's on the same beer.
Distraction.
Todd, you get other beer?
I got
What'd you
no,
get?
haven't opened it yet. but
Oh, okay.
I will let you know when I do.
You
Well,
know
let me
what?
know.
This is kind of like one of the inspirations I'm going for my next painting, which I probably won't do because I feel like, is it art if you're copying off of someone?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, it's
You know,
this.
I
It's a fish
I'm gonna blow it up.
in the bottom of the sea, and it was a video. I just it's a fish in the bottom of the sea.
looks like
It
a
doesn't
bird.
look-
That bird's like a bird that caught a
It
fish.
I was
does.
gonna say, it looks like an eagle, sort of. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
But it was a video of this fish in the bottom, like the very bottom of the sea, that was doing all this stuff. And that's just one of the things I captured. I'm like black and orange, you know? But, you know, I shouldn't copy people. I mean, I should just
Just do what you do. See stuff and you just do it. Just do it. So
It's not copying if you're being inspired by. That's different.
yes. And
Being
that's the
inspired
thing.
by is not the same as copying. You can take inspiration from someone else's art and create something that is you and your own. It's
Okay.
right.
a whole
And I
different
agree.
animal.
And I came to that conclusion because I found this piece of art and I'm like, I was trying to copy it and it was mostly impossible. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's like a man.
Why are you giving Todd the finger though? Man grabbing the moon? Are you giving Todd the finger?
But it's like a cloud and a being coming out. And
but
I
it
love
looks
that.
like a man grabbing the moon.
Yes, it is. It's a spirit, a dark spirit grabbing the
Yeah.
bright part of the earth. Yeah.
The bright part.
Don't egg her
There
on,
you go.
Ron.
It's a rough life, Todd. Rough life.
Tell me about it. Tell me
Oh
about
my God, you have it so hard as a white man that lives in the United States of America. Oh, you poor
You
little
said
thing.
that.
Poor thing.
it.
Poor
You said that,
thing.
not me. Rod was just simply saying,
White
Never
cis
mind.
male has an opinion. Okay.
you went there, nobody else.
It's a touchy week for a lot of people this week. I'm just saying, it's
Yes.
a touchy week for a lot of people this week. So
No, and I don't have a right to bitch because yes, people are being done wrong, but I'm like I'm a white woman and I'm being done wrong, but I'm not being done wrong as a lot of other women, you know. And I'm fucking pissed. And you know, I'm gonna turn into an angry person here real soon.
Really?
And for season 2 of
Darling,
She-Hulk, we're casting Shannon.
Darling,
Angrier.
Shannon,
Yes.
you are too filled with love and have too big a heart to become an angry person.
No,
you are
fuck
not
it.
going to reverse
Fuck
wrench
it.
on anything.
Where
You
has
are a
that got
wonderful
me?
woman.
Nowhere. I'm fucking burning the world down. I'm burning it down.
Yeah, burn it. Take it down. Take it down.
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it.
Take it.
We're not gonna take it anymore.
Have
What?
you heard of the? Hey, Todd. Have you
Oh,
heard?
God, don't start with me. Don't burn it down first.
Do you know what the 4B movement is?
4B.
Yes. It is a.
Like Aunt B.
Okay, no. And so you know they have the 2025 movement or whatever, and then the women in South Korea have this thing. It's called 4B, and it's like you don't sleep with men, you don't date men, you don't talk to them, and you don't procreate with them.
You know, I don't think that's called 4B. I think that's lesbianism, isn't it?
Well, hey,
Well,
we gotta
well
get
played.
moving.
Well played.
That in the beginning.
it also could be called. Oh, never mind.
Doesn't sound terrible.
Right?
I mean, I feel like there's going to be some women shutting some stuff off for some guys, I'm sure, but yeah.
Yeah. Wait, and then others are just like, some of them will be like, oh, yes, please tell me what to do. How should I live my life? You know, that's the situation. That's why we're in the situation we are in.
Hey, you should run.
Well,
oh, yeah, because I'm more qualified than the woman that just lost. Yeah.
What up, Trez? Cheers.
Yes.
So pissed.
Welcome into the next level hour. So yeah.
On to the next.
Oh my God.
But moving forward, but as we talk about so many other things from around the beer world, so to speak.
Rod? Around where?
But
Rod?
being so angry.
She-Hulk doesn't start till February.
You can't control anything anyhow, so.
Oh, it says the white man.
You can control it, Biden did. You can't
I saw
control
that
it.
coming.
It's
I
like-
saw that coming.
You can cash your vote.
It's like, Todd, don't throw her in softball. You're getting her fired up. White person sit down and answer to solving a problem, especially in your environment. Ask Minneapolis how that works out.
Hey, if your problem is too much brush in your forest, you know, that is a reasonable answer.
Save the brush.
I don't get it.
Brush.
Well, too much bush can be a brush.
Or if a tree falls on your property and you need to get rid of the excess, fire is the answer.
Right. Perfect time to play your little thing.
I love analogies or metaphors, but I'm not getting this one.
Anyway, so
you know, when you're pissing people off like me, you're fucked. Because I don't get pissed off, and I'm fucking pissed. But I'm gonna go get another beer, so maybe I won't be so pissed off.
Oh, it's gonna be a great night, folks. Great night. You don't want to go anywhere. In fact, you want to share it and get a friend in here because it's gonna get a little crazy. But what I was gonna say, going back at some of the more beer type stuff, because I hadn't said anything as of yet. I was gonna do a video on it, but I didn't get a chance to really get around to do it because work's been kind of crazy this last week, and I've had some other stuff I had to do that I'll talk about here. But we ended up obviously losing one of the people in the community last week. BC And for those that pretty much everybody kind of knows now, and if you don't know, BC BeerVentures passed away at the end of last
I
week.
saw that.
Yeah. So hold on one second, Shannon. So he's like, you know, he was one of the newer up and comers that was kind of doing some things, been doing it for a few years. Actually, for me, like the third beer reviewer I saw lost in the last year. So after Greg and after Kevin from Clemens Homebrew, and now in BC, and it was just one of those things like you just never know. And it's been kind of cool seeing everybody actually putting stuff up on YouTube about it and sharing stuff and put stuff on the Facebook page. We've been sharing the stuff for him, for his family, for the GoFundMe type things. And I think last I looked, they were halfway there last time I looked at stuff, but it seemed like they were getting a lot of good things. And a lot of the beer people reached out to the family and stuff and told him what impression he made.
No, but did
Wait.
the GoFundMe? They had a GoFundMe.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. And so a lot of people had reached out, you know, and apparently, like some people had told me they didn't think like some of the family knew a lot of stuff he was even doing in the beer things. And so they were getting these messages from people that were saying how he's watched his channel and how much they enjoyed him and how much about life he was. So you've actually reaching out in that regard brought some peace to the family as well, and some of the stuff that you guys have been sharing there, which is a good thing, which is another reason it's fun to be a part of the beer community, because we have these kind of things that happen and people come together in their own kind of way. If it wasn't, you know, sending something for the GoFundMe, just to reaching out actually inspired some of this family and stuff to learn a little bit more about him that they may have not seen. And so it was just one of those things. He's a good guy, 51 years old, so he wasn't old or anything. And I'm not sure on all the thing that happened with him. I had heard it might have been like some health issues, but it's one of those kind of things. It's just, you never know. And I always say, like, people never know how many people really they influence, because by the time they find out, they're actually dead, like when they go to the funeral or something like that, right? So you
gotta tell people you love them when you're alive.
Right. So it's a matter of being able to share those things when you can actually share those things, and, you know, just not to take anything for granted, because it could happen anytime. Somebody's going to go to bed tonight and not wake up in the morning, right? So in this case, it happened to be somebody that was part of our community, but take time to make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're taking time to also do your health and all that kind of stuff. I tell people, you know, doing a drinking challenge is not an easy thing everybody can do, because you can run yourself in the ground if you don't know how to manage it, right? It's all moderation. It's all how you plan stuff out. You got to find that right balance that works for you and everything along those lines. So you want to make sure you find the poise and the way that actually works for you when your body says, hey, you need to take a break, you know, and kind of do all that kind of stuff. So just one of those things. So again, for those of you that reached out to BC's family, I know from stuff I've seen, they were really appreciative of it, it seems. And then also it's a cool thing that goes along with being a part of a community where people actually do throw in and do care. And it's one of those things too in the beer community where you see a lot of breweries do a lot of stuff for communities as well. So it's kind of like almost a part of that culture of just like wanting to help other people. And a lot of the people that do these breweries aren't actually going to make a ton of money off of it, but it's the enjoyment they actually give. So even the things that we do on YouTube or Facebook or podcasts or whatever it may be, you're touching other people out there, you know. Sometimes people complain like everybody wants to get to 1,000 subs and all that kind of stuff, and it's like one of the media people, one of the channels I watched, and he was breaking stuff down. He's like, look, if you got 500 subs that are tuning in to watch your thing, think about how many 500 people are, and there's 500 people in the room. If you were going to lecture, that's a good sized lecture to give to someone, right? So don't ever look past what you already have there. So just something I was going to say along those lines.
I love it.
You got Dave in the house. Yeah. So, you know, it's
hey guys.
Bad to see.
Okay, Rod, we all, because we are all individuals, and we.
Hey,
all
I'm going to interrupt 1 second, Shannon. I do apologize, but I literally just had an uncle's funeral on Friday, and I'm going to take about 10 minutes and just kind of repeat myself for a second, because what you said hit me kind of hard there, Rod. So
sorry, man.
No, it's fine. I just went to a funeral.
Fulfill things, Rod.
Yeah.
But that's my thing. Like, yes, you know, I'm not like beer. I love beer. I love the way it makes me feel. But the thing the most grateful for is not the beer. It's I'm grateful for the beer because it brought us all together. But And I don't think that everybody that's in this community is great. Like the relationships we've made with each other
Mm-hmm.
is greater than the beer. Beer brought us together and accelerated, or you know what I'm saying?
Beer
Like,
was the conduit that brought people together, but it's the
yes.
people that matter. Like,
And
if
like,
you didn't like the person or respect the person or love the person, we all wouldn't be doing this.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and Rod always says all of the people, they're so cordial or
Mhm.
whatever. And they are. We respect each other. We like, it's a very, and that's like sports, concerts, you know, we have something in common that's not that fucking deep,
Mhm.
that we have differences, but that one thing brings us together and we can concentrate on that and we don't have to talk. I mean, I try not to talk about, but it's amazing because we're all humans and we can always find something in common with each other, you know?
Well, the commonality of things brought people that you would never even know,
Right,
or have
yes.
come across, you know.
And instead of looking at each other and saying, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that, with each other, we choose beer. And it's like, we like this beer.
Yeah.
And beer's not that fucking deep. So it brings us together. And that's my most.
We would have never known,
I know.
I'd never known these people if it wasn't for beer. You know, Rod and Dave and Mal and everybody we met in Canada. Like, the beer was the
yes,
for the one thing.
I know.
To bring
and we
everybody
were
together,
all
you know?
mature
No,
enough.
yeah, I mean,
We were all mature enough to know.
It's awesome
like,
to have.
We have beer in common, and we can talk about beer. And yes,
But it's beyond that now, though. You know.
Oh, for sure.
Now,
Yes,
yeah.
we've grown to care about each other.
Yeah.
Well, that's the good thing about beer. So what I talk about is basically beer has been a part of so many different things
Yes,
culturally through the millenniums. I mean, you go back 5,000 BC to
I was gonna say.
approximate when they think the beginning of beer and things that were done. And, you know, back then when they were doing pyramids and like that, like they were burying like beer type things with kings or pharaohs or like that. I mean, there's just so much of that being the elixir that people chose to have around a lot of the time, you know, just
they're going to bury that shit with me too.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, the conversations and all that kind of stuff, and just like debate. I mean, just like, you know, when it was the issue when Obama was president, and they had the issue between the professor and that cop. You know, he had a beer summit at the White House, right? And then you see people is just like, you know, grabbing a beer to have talk over things. You see, like during the last race, where like, you know, Harris was running, and they were having a beer with her and the Michigan governor. At like one of the breweries there. It's just like beer is just that common thing that
right.
It becomes like that talking piece. Like it's not too strong where people get too hammered too quick. Well,
Right.
depending what they're drinking. Most of the time, nowadays you get a little tricky.
less
I wouldn't do it for barley wine. So I'm just saying. But if you're having like a decent like beer, it's a nice little talking piece rather than doing it over a couple bourbons, and the next thing you know, you're like in the middle of a fight or something. So it's just one of those things. It's like a great opportunity and a piece where you can let your hair down a little bit. You can have some good conversation, and it brings people together.
Yeah, loosens you up just enough, but not too much.
And Rod, to like support what you just said. Like, I have been so angry and upset, and just like we were talking about the beer guy, which I follow him, that passed away, and it's just like it's calmed me down a little bit, and not just, but the way you said it, and it's like chilled me out a little bit. And because I don't want to become an angry woman, but I'm on my way. But
angry can definitely be a driving. It can be a driving emotion, and you try to keep things in perspective. You know, there's points where we all hit different areas where things are going to affect us certain ways, and that's when you take that to be able to take that deep breath or whatever, you know. And
what
just
I'm trying to say is thank you. is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, well, you're welcome. I don't know if I really did anything there, but you're welcome. So
You did something for me. I'm trying to say.
okay. But no, it's like I said, when I got told, it was when I got told that last week. It was I was on lunch. I was eating lunch like last Thursday or whatever, and then Wayne reached out for me from Wayne's Beer Delivery down in Carolina. He's like, "Hey, did you hear about BC or whatever?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, and he sent me an obituary, and I'm like, "What the like?" Because I just saw like a week or so before too, he was going to like one of the family members type things. That's when he had like the little dress up stuff on, and it was just like out of nowhere. It was just like
Right,
and it's just
yeah.
like it was sudden. I just sit there for a second, just like thinking. I saw the people like Angie had done stuff on her channel going online, and a few other people, and it was kind of like I started to figure out how to do it. I said, I'll be live next week because we didn't do it last week, and I'll talk about it some then. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just like, you don't know what's going to happen. That's like I said, it's always like if people are here now, praise them while they're here now. Like if somebody does a good thing for you, tell them then they did something. Somebody touches your world in some type of way, not like a P. Diddy type way, but a certain type of way. Tell them now, like, hey, I appreciate what you did for me in this situation, or I really appreciated hearing you comment. One of the comments I used to get back in the day, like on stuff, I would do this thing. Some people would reach out and they would leave a comment, like talking about how they were inspired to do stuff on their YouTube channel or things like. And it was like, and it was like things out of nowhere, but it was like it was kind of cool to be able to have that touch come in. And it's like, okay, well, that's pretty cool. And you kind of build from it. So if people are inspiring you or people are driving you,
don't
let them know.
People are watching you, and what you're doing is that you're just being yourself when you do that.
Right.
And then when people tell you that being yourself has inspired them, then that gives you the courage to continue to be yourself and not like but shadow yourself or darken yourself for the public. Because that's the thing. I'm like, when you can just be yourself, more people love you or connect with you, because we all want to be ourselves, but everybody's afraid to be themselves.
No, that's true. It's like nobody knows how. People aren't comfortable taking those kind of praises, and people aren't comfortable in giving those praises.
I'm comfortable giving those praises.
I'm not saying there's
Yeah.
not people that aren't. I'm saying in general, most of society.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable taking them, but I
No,
love to
give
give praises.
Take,
Yeah.
give, and take.
Yeah.
People in general aren't comfortable with that.
Yeah, no, I
Society
agree.
or
I agree
whatever,
100%.
Whatever the upbringing was or whatever differentiates. Like you
Right.
give it, but you can't take it. But I'm saying it's a.
I mean, I always have trouble taking, like what Shannon was just saying, like I have trouble with that too, but I almost feel like that's something that somehow gets taught to us when you grow up.
No,
you think that's like when we for the three of us that were guys in our age group was kind of like, at least I don't know, I can't speak for Dave and speak for Todd, but I know a lot of guys in my group, it was like when we were young, we were told don't cry. You don't cry. You don't cry. Like a lot of Gen Xers are like, you don't cry. And it's like a lot of people don't know what to do with that inner type thing going on, where now more taught it's okay to cry. And it's been like more of a lifting experience for some of the guys. So I think it's a matter of how you're taught, and that was been ingrained over years.
No, you're totally right. The thing that comes to my mind is like when you watch like the series of, was it 1840 or what was the
1934
or whatever the spinoff.
The Taylor Sheridan thing again.
Yeah, either one. But I'm saying like in the beginning of
the one with Faith and Tim McGraw or whatever.
Yeah,
Faith and Tim before, yeah.
When you think about it, wasn't that that long ago? But it's like I don't know if I can forget where I was going with it now.
That's okay. It'll come back to you. But yes, that is like I have a hard time crying. Crying to me makes me feel ashamed in public. I can cry by myself, which I don't that much, but I am like men. I'm like it's because men have emotions like women do, and they should be allowed to express.
Well, it's different. It is. It should be, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same teaching as the society puts on boys as they do girls growing up, right? And I know you won't watch it. You haven't watched it. If Todd was there, Todd would agree with me. But it was more like 1983 when Jim Valvano. Well, it wasn't 83. They won the title in 83, but when he came out later and he gave the speech at the ESPYs, that speech is so empowering for a lot of guys.
The one they play
Where-
every
The one they play every
Todd
year.
always cries.
And it was like, that's like you first time you had some like a male figure up there that was kind of like an idolized
Jim
type figure.
Valvano.
Yeah, idolized type
Yeah,
figure
Todd
saying that it was okay to, you should cry today. You should laugh. And it was kind of like before a lot of the dads and uncles were kind of like, you don't cry. You put that stuff down in the barrel of your pit of your stomach and you just deal with it. And when that came, and it was just like, when he did it, it's still that moment when you watch that speech and like it pulls the veil back. Like it's okay to let yourself go.
No.
That's a good day.
And I know, like, I don't know how many years he watches that fucking speech every year, and he talks about how emotional he gets, and he's like, you should watch this. I'm like, no, I don't want to cry. I don't like to feel those feelings.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make you watch it here in a couple weeks because that's when it's gonna come on.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I'll
we
be
will, yeah.
depressed for 3 weeks.
You won't with that. It's not.
It's one of the most, the way he does it. I mean, you're uplifted by the way he does that thing.
It's
Yeah.
not depressing. It's just sad.
What makes you cry more?
It's so
It is. And that's the thing. You cry when you're sad, but you can always you cry also when you're touched and inspired.
He says
yes.
That's
part
of his speech.
But what makes you cry more? Watching the Jim Valvano speech, which makes me cry every time, or watching Brian's song? Brian's song.
That's old school there. That's the next step.
You hear I love Brian Piccolo? Oh no.
But
That's it.
I think, yeah.
That was.
I think for me, I think it's, I mean,
I've never
the Brian song's based off the true thing there, but actually seeing Jim Valvano, actually, I don't know, maybe it hits more for me for Jim Valvano.
Yeah.
Damn,
but seeing Brian's song, it's kind of like they're actors, right? They're acting, they're doing it, but it actually happened, right? So it's kind of like you're kind of still pulled in, but I still get a little teary eyed when the crowd's chanting Rudy, and they finally put Rudy in the game. That one gets me like watching that one sometimes. Like you start the way that scene is set up, it pulls at the strings too. Like get this kid in the damn game, man. Put him in. Like
right.
So way back in the day, it was probably like 1999, and me and my mom and Todd, we had moved. No, maybe around the early 2000s.
We were still dating then.
No, it was when the dog was having her puppies. Maggie was having her puppies, and my mom and Todd kept talking about. I never watched Brian's song. Todd and my mom kept talking about Brian's song and how sad it was, or how touching it was, or whatever. And I'm like, no thanks, I don't like to feel that kind of shit. So they were just like bonded over Brian's song, and I'm like, why? No thanks, I don't want to watch it. I got enough problems. But it is also,
you did yourself a disservice by not watching it though.
I know.
I'm gonna make you watch it.
I'll watch it by myself.
No, I'm gonna because I want to watch it again. It's been a while. I haven't seen it.
I want to listen. If I'm crying and you're crying, I won't worry about my tears. I'll be like, "Are you okay?" Or are you? And I'm like, and I won't be able to feel it. So,
I'm gonna do a live stream with Shannon watching Brian.
That's a good reaction video right there.
Live stream right there.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But
Todd doesn't see me cry. I'm not letting the internet see me cry.
Well, Todd mentioned earlier, we were kind of talking about it when he was getting through like it's being authentic, right? Being authentic in what you're doing, and just the thing about BC was you saw that authenticity coming through with him, kind of, and it's like he just always was that same bubbly type guy. Just like when he did a beer review, if he was at a beer festival or if he was somewhere else, he was always kind of coming through as being that same type person, and just a person that more or less you could just tell he cared more about the people and stuff he was doing it for. Like his whole thing was all brother man or sister girl, whatever he would kind of say, and he had this little song that he would do at the beginning of his video, and it was just BC. It was just him. So you go back and you watch those videos now, which is the other cool thing, because of the legacy you build when you do something like this. Like his whole family can go back and go through that. You know, he's like when we were kids, or you like we talked about Vacation earlier, Christmas Vacation, when Clark Griswold's up in the attic watching the home movies. Like YouTube is like home movies for your family now.
Yeah.
Like his family can tune in and see stuff that he actually did, or kids that are maybe not born now in his family to come along later. Hey, here's what your cousin BC did, or here's what your uncle BC did. And that's the kind of the cool thing about YouTube as well. That you leave that legacy behind for others to actually still enjoy it even after you're gone. So
yeah, they can actually see it, not just hear about what and imagine what it was like. You know, you can watch it. You can see the, you know, see how it was taking place.
I remember what I was gonna say. So I'm like into all the art right now, and I watched this reel of somebody on Instagram or something. It was like this old woman. She was like 80, 90 years old, and she was like, I'm with people and they start crying and they apologize, because I always apologize when I cry in front of somebody. I'm like, I'm sorry. And she's like when people cry in front of me, I'm like, no, like feel it. You have tears for a reason. But she said in this reel, she's like, no, you've just come to a fundamental truth in your life. You've realized a fundamental truth in your life and you're feeling it. So you should just like feel it and do it, And I'm like, we don't have tears for no reason. Why do we feel like we have to hide it from people?
Why do you?
Because my mother.
I know that.
My mother did that.
I know that. But
it's a matter of how you're taught, like
my mother
and stuff. Yeah.
Because I remember one time I saw my mom cry, and she was crying, and it didn't make me uncomfortable. I was like, I'm here. I was like. It didn't make me uncomfortable at all. I'm like, she's human. She feels things.
Well, then it was always the perception.
And she said, I'm your mom. I'm a mom. I'm not supposed to cry. I'm supposed to be strong. I'm not supposed to cry. I was going to say
that was because people always perceived it as being weak.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the truth. It wasn't true then, and it's not true now.
No, it's not.
But that carries over because that was the perception then,
right.
Being,
And my daughter, when I was growing up, my mom died when I had my daughter. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to try to pass that on to my daughter. I'm going to feel my feelings. Something bad's happened. I'm going to lay in bed. I'm going to cry. And then I got criticized by people that knew me because they were like, your daughter sees you and she thinks you're depressed and you're not. And I'm like, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show her that it's okay to feel shit.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in bed for 6 months. Maybe I wasn't in bed for 2 weeks, but I would take my time and lay in bed and try to cry and let it out. And then, but I still got people vocally told me, like, your daughter, and I was just trying to show my daughter it's okay to feel your feelings when something bad happens. It's okay to take a minute and feel that shit.
And even if you're depressed about something, it's okay. A lot of people are depressed, and there's this stigma about like admitting that. I go to therapy all the time. I the first one to admit it. I got issues. We all have issues, but I mean, we got to talk about it and let it out. Like, I think Todd, you were mentioning earlier about accepting praise. Like, I never had praise as a kid.
Yeah.
I was always worthless, lazy, cocksucker. I mean, I got named every name in the book. And when somebody gives me praise, like, I don't know how to take it. I'm like, really? Are you talking about this guy behind me? You're not talking about me. And it's just like, it's uncomfortable. But I've gotten better at it.
I kind of feel like it's our generation that's in that realm of like, because our parents were like, that wasn't okay to do that then.
Yeah.
Right.
So they were kind of on a borderline of like doing it, and you didn't know how to, we didn't know how to accept it.
Yeah.
And we try to do better with our kids or whatever, move it on. And it's like still not the greatest, but it's better than it was. You know what I mean? Like it's
when I grew up.
And I think it's just, just
When I grew
Carrie's
up, my
legacy,
mom,
you know,
which
just
I
carries
love
on.
my mom, I know as a parent, I realize each generation tries not to fuck up their kids the way their parents fucked them up. And so
That's the hope.
but my mom,
try to do
but
better.
you still have wounds from your parents. And so my biggest wound from my mom was my weight. She put me on a diet when I was like, you're not worthy unless you're this size. So and that was my biggest wound. And she would always be on a diet. She put me on a diet. I'm like, when I have a daughter, I'm never going to talk about my body in front of her. And I'm never going to talk about her body. And I'm never going to be like, I'm always going to emphasize everything else about her. I mean, I will say you're beautiful, but you're really smart too. You know.
Yeah, you're beyond more than.
But I'm giving her other wounds. I'm giving her other wounds that I have no idea, because our parents didn't give us wounds that they were aware of, and I'm giving her wounds I'm not aware of. You know. But here we are.
Well, I'm not a parent, but I can't say it'll be easy if you are. So I'm sure. So
yeah.
But yeah. So just want to give a shout out to BC there. Of course, kind of. But hard to say something. So yeah.
Cheers to BC.
Cheers to BC. I guess have a beer.
Because tomorrow it might be cheers to us. So
You never know. You never know.
That is.
I had Malort, so it could be me.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
I had Malort earlier, so
You're trying now, aren't you?
You just have to roll in the dice at this point.
Yeah.
I'm one of the stupid ones. Is like, that's not that bad.
You're not stupid.
No. When Mal was like, try more.
No, I tried Malort. I didn't think it would be smart. But
everybody
I'm like,
else is
hey.
like, this is terrible. I'm like, it's not great, but it's not terrible. Like,
because you used to do Jaeger all the time.
Well, I mean,
but cheers to Sammy. Great to see you, Sammy.
What's up, Sammy?
Believe it or not, I used to be a little bit more uptight when we started dating, and he would always do Jaeger. I'm like, quit doing Jaeger. Like, I would be like, he's more uptight than me now, but I was just like, quit doing Jaeger. When he kept doing Jaeger, it would piss me off.
Oh, you used to get so mad.
I'd get mad at. I'm like, he just would take shots of Jaeger, and I'm like,
there's a well said Shannon earlier. We were talking about that stuff. Dangerous day to be a beer. I could do 10, but unfortunately at work. Well, fortunately for the beer, you're at work then.
But one day you
Damn the work.
JT said, "Hey to Dave."
JT.
It's always been about character in the community rather than the products. Yeah, it's always yeah.
JT, I'm drinking one from the neighborhood.
Oh, Hell's Lager Dovetail. Very nice.
Oh, we went to Dovetail, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So true, Trez. Beer brings us all together.
Absolutely.
And I'm so thankful for that.
That's an idea for a t-shirt right there.
At some point here soon.
Yes.
Well, it ain't gonna be just Trez. So I'll talk about that in a second. Too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump the shark. I'm sorry.
Remember that movie Broadcast News where Holly Hunter's character had to cry in a basket every morning before going to work? I do that too. I call it tearing off. I've been depressed all my life.
Yeah. I mean, but you don't. Here's the thing, JT. It's just like, I feel like you might be like me. If I have an issue, I'm like, no, I got to deal with it myself. Like, but there are people that care, but it's not, but I don't want to talk to people that care because they might disappoint me. And then that will make me more depressed. That's why I don't talk to any, because I'm like, if you let me, I'm like, if I give you a little bit of power and then you disappoint me, then that's just going to make things worse. So I'm just going to deal with the bad I got instead of making it worse, you know?
Yeah.
But.
Well, after that last segment, I feel like saying, well, thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Yeah.
Now.
No, Delilah after dark.
TED Talk, yes.
Delilah after dark.
Oh, I wish I could like check in on Mal. I hope she's doing okay. I know she's definitely feeling it. Yeah, but hopefully they get her too too upset there.
But we're humans and we have feelings. And,
yeah, oh yeah. And Jake
and
says he
if,
understands,
if
Shannon.
Mal feels upset, then maybe she needed to feel those feelings.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, and that's the whole thing. Like, talking about that,
Yeah.
it brings back other memories and other things too, right? So yeah. And that could be a good thing because there's stuff in your system you still need to get out that you didn't think about before, right? So it's a good opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
I hate feelings. They're the worst thing about me. I hate feelings.
Yeah.
Feelings.
My therapist always says, like, I have so many like boxes inside my head, and I pack those boxes up. I duct tape the shit out of those boxes.
Me too.
To not let anything out. And then like they all just build up where like I have bad anxiety. And there's like days where, I mean, knock on wood, it's been a couple years, but there's been days I can't do this. I can't go to work. I can't get in my car. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
And my therapist is like, you just got to open those boxes up and just let some of that shit out.
Scary as hell
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Though.
I mean, I've been in my car and had to pull over. I'm like, I can't do this. Even just driving to work has been like, oh no. I mean, there's been times where I've walked to work or attempted to walk to work and walk back and called in. I'm like, I cannot do this. And just like the
but
fear.
Good for you that you know those limits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, luckily where,
that's a strength.
The boxes aren't as sealed tight anymore where, I could talk about it and talk to people about shit where it's a little bit better, but it's like not a daily struggle, but I'd say there's like one good day a week where I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know how I could do this. But you do it, but it's just like, it's a struggle.
Right. But Dave, do you realize everybody has boxes, and a strength you have, if you can talk about your boxes, it makes them feel better about their boxes.
Yeah. Well, I got better duct tape than most people do. My boxes are sealed. My boxes are sealed.
No.
I got those Rubbermaid shit that you get at like Target on sale. That's like watertight. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Oh, so many boxes.
No, my boxes are so tight. I forget they're boxes.
Yes. Somebody's gonna pull this part of the show and be like, "Wait a minute, what are we talking about here?" Like that sounds like boxes, so tight. Boxes. Like, wait a second.
Okay, Rod, I know where you're going. And
I'm just saying, someone happens to walk into the room at that point. They're like, "Wait a second, what's this show about?"
Okay, it kind of shows men's whatever. But they never look like boxes. They look like diamonds or triangles. Like boxes is...
They're definitely a gem.
Well, hey, boxes aren't gems. A diamond or a triangle. Sure. Yeah, a diamond or...
It's all levity, Shannon. It's all levity. So, yeah.
Well, hey, we're here to make sure we know what men... their words for our things. Oh my God. Thank you for explaining that to us. That they're called boxes.
Now she get riled. Now what? Oh, don't. Now she get riled up again. Hey.
Quit being so angry.
Oh, fuck.
I'm allowed to be angry.
Sorry.
Mal, how we doing, sweetie? Mal.
All right, I'll be back.
I'm all right.
You're right.
Todd, if you drive up north, the key's underneath the mat because you might need a place to stay.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. Thank you. I'll let you know. I'm on my way. I mean, it might be tomorrow, but
bring beer.
So on November 1st, me and my family had to say goodbye to a gem of a human being who made people feel better no matter who was around him, and he was an amazing human being. And I it's hard. So yeah, and then I've been having the medical issues with the anxiety attacks and the depression and things like that too. So when you brought up the brew tuber that we lost again, it just hit me kind of hard there, so I needed to take a minute and just come back. So sorry for disappearing for so long, but
No,
No, you don't gotta apologize for that.
I was
No,
gonna say, don't be
no.
sorry.
Quit
Don't be
apologizing for
sorry.
your feelings. Everybody's allowed to feel shit.
yeah.
Feel it. Feel it all.
Well, I hate feeling it all because I'd rather put it in the boxes with the duct tape, but my
That's not
therapist
healthy. That's
my
not
therapist does not allow me to do that anymore, unfortunately.
healthy. No, that's
Well, and actually, while I was at that funeral, I ran into an ex of mine that was abusive. So I
Oh.
had double trouble on all the fun. Yeah,
what's
so
his name?
I'm
What's his
surprised he showed up at the funeral. If people
family
know,
friends. It was family friends. But yeah, so
this-
I've had kind of a weird week, to be
Yeah.
entirely honest.
yeah,
A little bit overwhelming. So I just needed to take a minute and breathe.
yeah.
All the time
A
you
minute.
need.
We're allowed.
So-
We are allowed a minute.
You can do what you need
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, that was a
Apologize.
necessity right then, because y'all might think, I don't,
We
but
don't
I am
think it-
totally an ugly
Yeah.
crier. I got the
No.
ugly cry down.
No, it's
We accept
So-
you. We don't think anything.
So yeah, it's been a rough week, to be entirely honest, but it's okay. It's fine. I know Easter egg is up there in heaven, laughing at us for being so silly and taking sad moments. Sorry, Uncle Jim, but I called him Easter egg since I was like 7.
call him whatever you want. You call him whatever you want. Yeah.
So yeah, he was a gift to humanity, and he is dearly missed. So yeah. Hi everyone. It's not a sad place. I
Hey,
promise
Yeah.
it's not a sad
And
place.
you
no,
have
and
the
the JT said you got your hearts, your clubs, your spades, and your boxes. So there you go.
It's life, it's life.
I don't have hearts and spades. Maybe I'm not evolved enough to have those. I have boxes. I don't have hearts and spades.
You're telling me you don't do any gardening? No spades? No?
Oh,
Do I
that
look
sucks,
like I
JT.
garden?
Hopefully you get to feel better there. Sick stomach and insomnia says Tuesday. Ugh. Yeah.
Insomnia.
Well, not all news is sad news. So I mean,
Oh.
just had to work through that part or whatever. What beer did you get, Mal?
Same thing.
Oh, same one.
Well, Shane posted a video saying that today was International Stout Day, so I was like, oh, well, shit, I'll just do stouts today. So
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah,
it's
that-
the dry Irish stout. So I'm just sticking with it because it's appropriate, I guess.
Okay. I didn't have a thing for that. I didn't realize International Stout Day.
Yeah.
But like every day is a beer day.
He posted
Yeah.
a video.
only knew that
titled
because I
that,
just
so I
went in
thought
on
it was.
that and it showed up as that.
You see that
What is that?
picture I took that when we were in Canada in Grand Bend before we came. That was on Lake Huron, I think.
Huron, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so amazing. That was just, oh God. I'm getting ready to move to Canada. I don't know if Todd's coming with me, but
It's
I'm
too
like-
cold up there. I'm not in.
Yeah.
No,
not with the
I'm
winter.
with it. Or
Although you are,
Michigan, I might move
you
to
do
Michigan.
get cold in Chicago though. That's for sure.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
okay with
but
the
it's
cold.
You
not
get
the whole year.
colder. You get colder in Canada.
Hot
But
bothers me more than cold.
yeah.
But I found
So-
out I could legally get an Italian passport. So
Oh, there you go.
I don't really care to go to Italy.
I want to go to
think,
Italy.
Honestly, I can probably
I'll go to Italy.
I would go to Italy in a heartbeat.
Go to Germany.
Oh, I would do that in
See,
a heartbeat too.
Have you all ever thought about this? Like, I would love to see all these other countries, but I'm like, I don't know how to speak their language. So if I go over there, I'm going to
Piss
make
them off.
yeah, I'm gonna feel like they're gonna think I feel like I'm entitled because I think they should be able to speak my language. I'm like, if I knew a language of another country, I'd totally go over there. But I feel like it's respectful to know the language before you go over there. And I'm not that respectful, so I'm not gonna go.
I
So-
mean,
Well, okay. So when Chu and I were figuring out where we wanted to go for the honeymoon, we ended up picking Scotland because he wanted a place where they spoke English because he felt uncomfortable going somewhere where he didn't know the language.
Right.
Now, I was music major. I sang opera, all the things, and I could sing in 30 plus languages, but I didn't know those languages. However, my pronunciation is great in those languages.
Yeah.
So I can take a couple months and prep myself and have at least the basics if I
Yeah.
need to go somewhere. And when I went to France, I did not speak English to a single French person the entire time I was there.
Right. And then that would make me comfortable.
And
going
you know,
there.
it was really nice though, because everyone thinks people in France are rude or whatever. I never spoke English. I didn't try to speak English. Now my French wasn't perfect, but I know I fucked up a
You
lot.
were attempting.
But everyone
Yes.
was so nice. Like honestly, me and my friends got lost from our tour group, and again, the two of us were 17, one was 15, and we're lost, and we're all the way across the city. We've never been into Chicago. We don't know how a subway system works, so we have to figure out the metro to get back to where our hotel is.
Yeah.
And these two little old French ladies stopped and they helped us to figure out like how to get back, because it was 3 exchanges of trains to get back to where we needed to go. Everyone was so sweet the whole time I was there, and I think part of it was I didn't, expect them to speak my language. I just did my best, and I like had my little dictionary going, and trying.
Nothing.
And I think that helped a lot. So, I mean, if you take a couple months on like a website or something and like just pick up the basics.
I've done Duolingo. I have done Duolingo.
Well, the thing is, nowadays you don't even need to do that. You can just Google Translate on your phone. You type it in there, and it speaks it out for you.
That's kind of disrespectful.
And some people and other people do it in other stuff too. But you can. And a lot of areas now, a lot of other countries, they have pockets where there's like people that do speak English in a lot of areas too.
Well, and that's the thing. It's just like every other country is expected to learn English, but we're not, and so we're like the snobs, and we go to another.
Well, we learn. It's just an American ignorance. I mean, I learned Spanish and French when I was younger. It's like America's the only country where it's kind of like they say speak English, when people are out. Like other countries are like, I don't know why.
Better than any other country.
That's not better to me. To me, you're not better. You're more ignorant when you say that. But other countries, they pride themselves on knowing more than the basic language. So the more language you know, the more it's seen as a higher intelligence.
Right. Yes.
But so America is the only one that really kind of is that way that I'm aware of, where they like want to penalize you for being smart.
Yes, we expect them to know our language.
Well, the hardest thing for me is I'm really rusty on my French now. I can read French pretty well, but I can't converse in French anymore. I would have to like brush up before I could go back there.
No.
And if you know Spanish, you're pretty darn close to having Italian down, because Spanish and Italian are extremely similar, which is really, really nice, because you can, if you know Spanish, you can listen to someone speaking Italian and have a general idea what they're saying, which is wonderful.
I can say in Spanish, I can say, what's your name? How are you? And what time is it? And where's the bathroom? That's all I can say.
Well,
Donde
el baño is an important sentence to know.
It is, but it's just like, I feel like if I go to another country, I need to respect that country, and I need to have a little
I think you're putting the pressure on yourself on that one.
Well, I just respect.
Well, I completely agree with her, though.
Yeah. I mean, not that I think she's putting more pressure on her. I think if you're there, like they work, as long as you're making an effort, I feel like they work with you.
I actually kind of completely agree with her. Like Chu and I, there's a train line that runs along the coast of Denmark that is something that Chu and I have always been interested in, maybe running that train line. It's all along the fjords there, and it's supposed to be absolutely beautiful. But I told him, if we're ever going to go there, I need time, because I want to at least pick up, some Danish before we go. Like I want to be able to talk the language a bit. So I mean, it's just that's my personal view too. I'm just ready to jump into whatever language I need to if I have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a smattering of Japanese. My Spanish and French are good, and then English. So
there you go.
Like when we went to Canada, thank God my car had kilometers and miles on it, because if not, I'd have just been like. And then they had French on. I'm like, but they had the English and then the French on the signs, and
Well,
that's the thing.
Scotland had Gaelic signs. As you go more north in the country, the signs turn Gaelic, and you don't know where you're going unless you have your little map thing going on your phone. It was very awkward for us.
Okay.
All right,
He
let's move
loves to
ahead.
be-
Okay.
Because I feel like we're getting all over the place.
See, Mel, when you and she was doing your brew tours and you come through, I was kind of mad because you didn't speak Indianian, so you know.
Yeah, you didn't speak
Indiana.
I get it. So you know, I understand.
Shannon was threatening me with a stick just so I didn't say Louisville incorrectly. I know, I've got it now.
Yeah. Well,
Because you're standing behind the camera with a stick ready to hit me if I fuck it up. I know it.
Yeah.
You were ready to hit me. That was at high wire.
Hey,
Yeah.
High wire? Yes.
Mal, you're exaggerating. It was a twig, not a stick.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a twig. You picked up a chair.
it was a switch. You're about to hit her with a switch.
Like she was gonna bash my head in if I said Louisville wrong in my video.
This-
Well, it's Louisville and Nolans. We got to get it right.
That's when the gummies kicked in.
You
Yeah.
mean New Orleans?
Yeah, Nolans.
New Orleans.
Now you get JT started because he's going to comment there too, since he's from New Orleans. Yeah. But Liz getting an Irish passport. I would definitely like to go to Ireland. Ireland would be pretty cool. Yeah. I hope we feel better in 4 years if there's anything like, oh, I see where you're going with that insomnia and stomach since Tuesday. Now I got you. Sure.
No, I have 9.
Louisville, one syllable. There you go.
Yes.
So yeah. See all the stuff that happens.
That makes sense.
But
No, I think it's 2 syllables. Louisville.
Louisville.
2
Louisville.
syllables.
It's
Louisville.
not Louisville.
Or Louisville.
Only the Roxanne Shante.
Who cares?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Home of the greatest.
Louisville. Every time I go to the radio show, Louisville.
Louisville.
Stop! Somebody call her and say that's not the name of it. She keeps saying it every
Oh,
time.
Shantae, the one that you listen to on
I've
the
been to
radio.
Louisville.
And when somebody
Yes.
calls from Louisville, she's like, home of
We
the
got our sewing guy from Louisville. So yeah. So moving forward, moving the train to the next stop. So from whatever stop we ended up at the last one. So upcoming changes taking place. You guys already know. Well, I don't think Dave doesn't know, but you guys already know. But we're making a change. We're coming back to Cincinnati. So you're going to start to see more Cincinnati stuff coming to the channel, more of the Ohio type stuff.
And Chicago, because I'm going to kidnap you off.
And Chicago. Oh, and we'll be visiting Chicago. I told her already. We're going back. I'm going to definitely go to Chicago more. So yeah, Cincinnati Beer Fest. We'll have stuff for that coming up in February next year for sure. But it'll be some good stuff. It'll be good stuff. I'm actually already speaking to like the marketing person I know from over at Mad Tree, so I'll probably have some Mad Tree stuff that we'll be setting up. Actually, where I'm going to be at like 20 minutes from Mad Tree, so I might even do something over there to kind of make it like a hub type thing, maybe like a Mad Tree Monday or something. I got to figure out how I'm going to work.
Jungle Jim's going to give like a big like welcome back.
Jungle Jim's, yeah.
Big sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd and
big
Todd
like
and
Krieg
Shannon.
lights like at the movie premieres, the big spotlights that are out there.
No.
Everybody's like, what's going on? Like,
You know, they might.
RJ's back again.
No, Jungle Jim's might, but we all know about Rajay's deal hunting, and I don't know if they're going to be as happy with him coming back because he's going to find all the deals again, and they're not getting much money. I'm sorry.
Their profits just plummeted just a little bit.
Just plummeted, just coming down already. So yeah, hitting the party source and all that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, so Todd and Shannon's next Jungle Jim's run, I might be there with them. Who knows? We'll see, right? When they come back up there.
There no might be.
Ain't no might be. You're right. And Trez, if you're still there, we're gonna definitely hang out. Yeah, Trez. Yeah.
Jungle Jim's has the best jar. It's Alfredo truffle sauce. And make the pasta, and then you pour the Alfredo truffle sauce in it. Oh, it's so good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. But
But you know, it wasn't as expensive as I like squash ravioli.
you
And
like,
so I bought a bottle of squash pasta sauce. And I'm like, this should taste like spaghetti sauce. And it was like $18 for that bottle. And I'm like,
wow.
no, it was a lot. It was
You
a
got it at
lot.
Jungle Gyms? At Jungle Gyms, you got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I still had to add. I'm a
Rod
big
would pick that
cayenne
up for
pepper.
$1.99.
Probably.
I'm so
Rod would get
happy.
that for
Hey.
$1.99 in the cart.
It's dented, right? It's dented. I get a discount.
Yeah.
It's dented.
We're gonna call it Jungle James. Jungle James.
Well, I already spoke like with our one of our friends, Tom, the Beer Whisperer, just had their first experience at Jungle Gyms.
Yeah, I saw
when they
that.
did the trip there, I was talking with him during one of his broadcasts. I was chiming in. I told him I'd come back up there. So next year he's going to try to make a trip back up. So hopefully we'll see Beer Whisperer up there too, because the wife's already pumped about going to Jungle Gyms again. The wife had to pull him out. The wife had to stop him from buying beer, all the beer there. He had to basically walk away. She's like, "You don't want this one?" He's like, "No mas, no mas."
Yeah, right.
No
right.
mas.
I got him. I was like, wait a minute, you're in St. Louis-ish. You got to come through Louisville to Jungle Gyms. So you didn't stop to say hi? What are you doing?
Oh, wait, did you mean Louisville?
Do
You meant Louisville, right?
Or Louisville. Oh, yeah.
Louisville. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Or
might be a bunch of good things. What we need to do is get everybody to come down to Oktoberfest sometime, because that's a blast in Cincinnati. So I'll be happy to be back for that as well next year. So yeah, so things will be changing a little bit. So the stuff you see on the walls and stuff that you might see, as we got a couple more of the shows coming up, might be taking some of that stuff down at some point. But no, it'll be pretty good end of like the end of November, so the week of Thanksgiving, that first week of December, somewhere in there will be back on the road, switching things over.
You need to hook up with Wish You Were Beer Show, because they were like, we've never gotten to meet up with Rod J. I'm like, you guys got to make this happen. So especially now if you're leaving, you guys got to meet up.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. And 21090 is another channel. I never got a chance to hook up with them either. And then DJ's BrewTube was here, but DJ stopped kind of making videos and stuff. But he was one of the cool ones out of this area. So yeah, it'll be kind of cool to try to do something. But it's going to be so crazy because this week I got to go up to New Jersey this weekend to see Mom before we end up pulling up steaks and then getting the other stuff. But it would be kind of cool if they were around the area, if we can kind of get something set up. I have to reach out to them, kind of see what's going on. But going back to Cincinnati, definitely a bigger beer scene. So a lot more things that'll be pulled in. That'll be happening from there. A lot of good stuff they're doing. So I'm stoked. I'm going to probably hook up with Gnarly Gnome, who's done a great channel out of Cincinnati. If you haven't checked out the Gnarly Gnome podcast here on YouTube and stuff he's doing, check him out. But good stuff. So, just a change taking place, and we're going back 3 years later, which is funny because, it's like now the Cincinnati Bengals are playing the Ravens tonight here in Baltimore, like 3 blocks from my house. And it's like my old town is playing my new town, which is going to be my old town is going to be my new town again. So it's kind of a weird thing. But yeah, so just kind of sharing that and looking forward to actually seeing what happens there. So good stuff. Maryland, great time being down here. Did meet a good amount of people, met some connections down here and stuff, but definitely it'd be nice. They got some good stuff happening here. Definitely not as big as what it is in Cincinnati, though. So
you got some good crab cake recipes you're bringing back with you?
I never really did the crab cakes as much out here. I never really got into them as much. I never really did eat the whole crab. It's like, they get the whole crab here. It's just they get a crab. Like, I grew up in Jersey. We went to the shore. You had the seafood there. It's just, give me some fish and chips, or give me maybe it's the whole fancy thing. Give me a swordfish, or give me something like that. Like, I don't really get into some of the other stuff, but
sacrilege.
Mahi, I'm on board for that. Or orange roughy, I'll take a little bit of that. Yeah,
and I'm sure it's not as good
as
orange
roughy, right?
Yeah.
No, the orange. What about the story of orange roughy?
They changed the name. It used to be called a slime fish, and they couldn't sell it in restaurants, so they changed the name to orange roughy, so you didn't think about the slime.
Probably a good move on their part.
Yeah.
That's good marketing right there.
Yeah.
But it was definitely called a slime fish.
They do have a pretty good soup dish here. It's not like clam chowder. It's like a something of crab or whatever. It's like this tomato based type soup where they have the cream of crab type thing. That's a pretty good bowl of soup that you can get. But they obey everything around here. It seems with a lot of this stuff. Obey wings, obey seafood, obey waffle. I don't know, whatever they got. They can put obey on.
You get obey anywhere. Yeah.
It's like you guys are killing me on the obey.
My turkey or Thanksgiving, I always put obey on
it. But I remember like this was like 30 years ago, right after like Camden Yards opened up, and I went there because that's one of my things. I love seeing different baseball stadiums and ballparks because I want to like see all the different architecture. That's like one of my like geeks. I love that. So Oriole Park, Camden Yards, they opened up. This might have been like 93, 94. So maybe a year or two after they opened up, they had the crab cakes there, and I was like hooked. Ever since then, I'm a crab cake guy.
Yeah. I mean, the seafood is crazy around here. They have obviously because we got the harbor and stuff. But I will say that ballpark, I've been there a couple times here. One of the better ballparks I've been in from the country. And I've only been in a limited amount of ballparks, but that's stunning to be inside that one and just great all the way around there.
Yeah, that's still like, I mean, Wrigley and Fenway are still like the top to me, but like Camden Yards or whatever they call it now and PNC in Pittsburgh are like, those are like phenomenal places. They're like old school ballparks that you don't have to pee in a trough. I mean, I like it. It's modern. Yeah.
I've been in a trough session before. Yeah. It's kind of like, hey, watch that splash.
Well, that's a baseball must-have that I was unaware of. So cheers.
Yeah.
Trough.
Like
I think I did the trough.
You never ask a guy in the trough, like, hey, dude, what time is it? Yeah, you don't ever ask that. Yeah.
I think the last trough I was in was at a Michigan football game. It was a trough in their bathroom, and it's just like
IU football has troughs in their bathrooms. I'm like, what is this, 1940s? Like, what the hell, man? Like, I'm not John Holmes, so obviously, automatically, you're kind of like, I'm not sure about ish a little bit. So it's like, Jesus.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of grateful they don't put the troughs in the women's room. I think that would be a lot more awkward.
But the funny thing was, one time at the football game, I walked in and walked around, and there was some old man, and he had his drawers down all the way to his ankles, just standing there, just peeing. I was like, "Good for you!" It's like he's free balling, just let it go. Just let
I've seen guys with their pants down before the trough, and it's like they're not old men. They're just like, dude, like seriously, is that like how you learned your whole life?
This guy was easily the 70s, 80s, or whatever. It's like, okay, you get a pass, but really.
Yeah, the trough is an experience for sure.
But then it's like, I'm like, am I standing too close? I don't want to, touch somebody while it's like, it's kind of, it's just weird. The whole thing's just weird. Like, why do they even have that for?
And I got shy bladder. Like, if there's not a wall in the urinal, I will stand in line to wait in the stall before I go in the urinal without a wall.
Me too, Dave. I do the exact same thing.
I'll miss 3 innings of a baseball game till I piss in a stall before I wait in the trough.
Dave, yes. How
yeah.
about me too? Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes. I'm like, I'm gonna stand here. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna miss a whole half. I don't. Whatever. I gotta go. But I ain't.
Yeah. So there's a guy experience for you, Mal, right there.
Yes, I've learned a lot today. Thank you.
It's true. Hey, Chew, have you ever been in a trough before?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh yeah, the Michigan game.
Shy bladder disease. Yep.
He's a Michigan fan. He's been to a Michigan game. He knows.
and then you have the stage fright. You're like, I have to pee really bad, but now I can't go because I don't know why. But whatever.
Yeah.
Guess what that said? We have Old Bay potato chips here. They do have the Old Bay potato chips as well. Old Bay toothpaste? No, I don't think they do, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, that might be
Old Bay instead of pumpkin spice. I think you're pushing it now. I don't think anybody wants an Old Bay coffee. I think that's getting a little crazy.
I don't know. That might be pretty good though.
Yeah, the trough peeing. Yeah. Ever squat on the trough? No. You know what squat?
No. Vanessa, go away. Vanessa, no.
Hey, how many looks would you get if he was actually like,
Yeah.
no, not me. I'm just doing my business. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, go in the other room for that.
Yeah, I bet in Alaska you better go quick or you get some frostbite.
Yeah, no thanks.
They do put Old Bay on French fries, so do that here too.
Now, have
So
you
yeah,
had the Old Bay? Who does the Old Bay beer? Is that the Flying Dog? Don't they have an Old Bay?
They do have an Old Bay beer, but I've never done it. I can't remember who does that one. They do. They yeah.
Have one. Yeah. Is it?
I thought it was Flying Dog.
Let me
Okay.
see. Maybe I need to get that before I leave.
Years ago. I can't remember who it was.
Yes, Flying Dog, Dead Rise, Old Bay Summer Ale.
Hey, there you go. Good call, Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, they like I said, they love the Old Bay on stuff, so they'll put it where they can put it. That's for sure.
Old Bay is good. It is good for sure.
But so I'll be back in Cincinnati, which also it might be some things where you'll see me getting back up to Dayton, and I might hook up with Jay up there who has his channel, and then also maybe some stuff with TK and Ginger. We can hook up in some spots too because they'll be in North Ohio. So it'll be some interesting type stuff. So it'll be kind of coming back to the old neighborhood, which is funny. I was talking to someone last week, and I was like,
first, folks, Rajay's gonna hook up with TK and Ginger Yeti. You heard it first, right here. He's hooking up with TK.
wow. Okay. So it's maybe we forgot what I was going to say there.
You're welcome.
Well, damn, Al, shit. Never mind. And it comes back to me. It comes back to me.
You know, it's between Illinois and Ohio, Indiana. We're just all going to go to Todd and Shannon's. We're going to live stream watching Brian's song all together on the big couch.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. Bring it on.
Brian's song, but before Brian's song, the Jim Valvano speech.
Yeah.
Yes.
We will have Shannon balling all over the place.
In a box of tissues.
In a box of tissues.
Yes.
So look forward to doing some of that stuff. That will be more Cincinnati stuff hitting towards. I'll be there in December, but I got a lot of stuff to upload still from down here. So just to look forward to that. And then also, I got to give a shout out to Go Brewing and Dave. You were Go Brewing as well. Appreciate all of you that have been trying their brews as well. I've saw like this past month, a few of the referrals came in. So appreciate all you that tried, whether you watched me here or on Facebook or X. One thing, I don't know where it came from, the people that did try them, but some people are definitely giving them a try. In fact, a couple have been repeat people trying them. So remember, if you go to Go Brewing, you want to try NA beer, down in the description, I have the link. I have the J BeerVentures code. Take 15% off for you. And people are digging them. They're actually just hit one of our stores here. Whitey Liquors just got Go Brewing in as well. So they're definitely blowing up and nice to take a break. If you don't want to go full beer, get the NA beer. And they're definitely holding their own on it. So let me see here. Coming up, was mentioned earlier about Marty. So next week live stream I'm going to be doing with the founder and president of the new American Craft Beer Hall of Fame. That'll be next Wednesday night. So that'll be pretty cool. Next Wednesday at 8:00. And Marty Nachel, who actually I didn't realize it until I was looking at his stuff earlier today. He's actually the one that also wrote Beer for Dummies, like those yellow books, but Beer for Dummies and then Homebrewing for Dummies as well. Lots of years in the beer industry. They got a 501c now. It's going to be the first ever American Craft Beer Hall of Fame. On the heels of that, I was actually chosen to be one of the electors. So I'll be voting on the inaugural class that'll be taking place there. It'll be like a whole big thing. So thank you very much. And
congratulations to you, Rajay. That's awesome.
Yeah. I was stunned. Like, they like based on the stuff that I've done and what they've seen and the history of doing things in beer, they invited me to be an elector to be voting there. So that's kind of cool. And I'll be having to choose like the 10 of the 19 things. We'll talk about it more next week. But if you go to the American Craft Beer Hall of Fame, you'll see the 19 people that are up for nomination. I have to choose like 10 of them. We'll choose 10. They'll be rated out, I guess, just like the Hall of Fame for football or basketball. And they'll choose who gets the points out of that class that actually gets in. So a lot of good people on the list. I know like Jim Cook's on there.
I have fun picking 10 out of that list. I mean, I looked at that list. That's like an impressive list of people right there.
Yeah. They were all legends and stuff when that are on there. I mean, it's just like it's big names. So it's going to be kind of tough to have to go through and have to decide. But it's an honor. It's something great, and it's one of those things where next March will be 10 years for me doing the YouTube stuff and the blog and all that and it's kind of nice. You get to a point where because I'm coming in from the outside, coming in and been able to be accepted and recognized on the time putting in. So it's been a great thing. So all this doesn't happen, of course, without all of you because you be behind me and all the success I've had because you guys tuning in and watching. That's kind of helped and kind of come through with other stuff, whether it's here or Instagram or Facebook or wherever. It's just I'm glad that you guys are all still hanging out with me. You're all my friends. You're all my family. So I appreciate y'all.
Who would have thought the GOAT could add something to his legacy still?
Yeah.
I don't know about the GOAT, but
had to throw that in there.
Again, this whole acceptance, I have trouble with it. So yeah.
Oh, see, now you find me somebody else. Okay. Don't go there. Don't go there.
And then in 2 weeks, with me coming back to Ohio, I actually was able to set up a conversation I'll be having with the executive director of the Ohio Brewers Association. So she'll actually be coming on and we'll be talking about the things they're doing in Ohio around the beer scene, some legislation they're looking to get pushed and things you can look out for. The good thing about a lot of the Ohio breweries, the ones that have really gotten a lot of exposure and have really grown, they have pretty good distribution. So a lot of people outside of Ohio will get Rhinegeist, or they'll get Braxton, or they'll get, I say Braxton, that's Kentucky, but a Rhinegeist, they'll get Mad Tree. They'll get some of the other ones that come out there from all over the state. You'll get the Great Lakes. So we'll be talking about a lot of these breweries, what they're doing, how they're helping to push there, what to look for, and hopefully share some good things that you guys will find there too. So that'll be in a couple weeks to follow on Wednesday. So make sure to stay tuned for that, and should not be another great conversation. But right now, those are kind of the two big things, and then we got the show, and then I think the Thursday before Thanksgiving will be the last one for the happy hour for at least a couple weeks because I'll have to move in Thanksgiving. So we'll probably be off from after that. And then when we come back in December, we'll be in Cincinnati.
Right. When you come back, you know what you have to do, though, right? We need to get Joe and Jack to come back down.
We need to get Joe and Jack to come back down. And yeah, we got to get Jack back. Jack was awesome. So it's funny. It's like,
so
I just did that.
For everybody that doesn't know, but
Yeah. Well, I did that last video I did about the Niagara Falls that I had posted, putting everything all together. And it was like, I was going through and I'm like, I had the video stuff and then I had the pictures. I'm like, how can I get it all in there? So I did the video stuff, put the music tracks down. And then it was like, well, let me go ahead and put these pictures in. I came across the one where me, you were Jack. It's like, I got to get this picture in there. Yeah. So that was a great moment to be there with him. And it was, it was tickled. He was tickled. We were tickled to actually get the chance to see him again. And it was a great time. So
that was fun. Yeah, that was awesome.
So that's some stuff just to look forward to on the channel, kind of some housekeeping type stuff. And then beer news, and Dave actually brought this to me earlier, and I had to take a little deeper into the whole thing. But Molson Coors is closing Leinenkugel's Chippewa Falls Brewery, which has been open for 157 years.
Oh my gosh!
And now be produced at Molson Coors plant in Milwaukee. Going to be losing about 90 jobs off of that plant with them actually making the move. And then looking at some other stuff, Molson Coors is basically seeing, but they're expecting a sales decline. That might have played into this as well, but that's a part of the history of that area just going. Like people were talking about that, and there was actually a letter written by Jacob Leinenkugel, basically saying how the family wasn't aware that was going to happen and all this kind of stuff, and how disappointing it was to see them actually had to do that, pulling that fixture out of the community like that. But then again, 1988, you signed over to the big boys, and it's the big boys thing now. So they're going to do what they're going to do. So
and you had 36 years that they didn't pull the plug on you. So
yeah. But it's always tough when you see something like that's going to happen. But they'll still be doing the Leinekugels, and for you Summer Shandy fans, they'll be producing it out of Milwaukee with some of their other stuff. But it'll be interesting to keep an eye on them. There was another smaller brewery, I forgot the name of it, but they're actually shutting them down and bringing them into Milwaukee as well that they own. But this is what happens, when you have you're under Big Brother's watch and they're like, hey, we don't see it being made over here. We're going to shut this down and pull our stuff together. We have room to put you in a corner. So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad that
But
Troy
Ryan,
and
you
I
have
got to visit the Liney Lounge during our road trip. I'm glad that we got to check it out. And
Now, the funny thing is, they will have the lounge. The lodge will still be open. The Lenny Lodge. Yeah, that'll still be open. But they're shutting this to plant in the brewery down, I guess. So we actually have one here in Maryland, in Baltimore. They have one here, but
Right, you have to be happy though. They're still doing the shandy though, right?
Yeah, I'm thrilled they're still doing the shandy.
It's your favorite.
Yeah, my favorite. Yeah. Like all the other ones you got around there, you're gonna stick with that. Well, people love that. I don't know. It's just
worried until then. It's like, the pure enjoyment. Yes, I can.
Yeah, that and the Berry Weiss. Yeah,
and people love that one as well. Yeah. Can I just get a canoe paddler? That's all I want now.
Yeah. Just give me the OG Leinenkugel. I'd be happy.
Yeah. The one they had was the big Ike, the red one they had. I actually like that one. We had that at one of the beer fest.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, we had that at one of the beer fest. I was like, well, I don't usually see this one. This is actually pretty good.
I'll say I don't know if I had that one or not, actually.
Yeah, now it was an older one, so it wasn't the one that we were at together. It was an older one they had before. And it was pretty decent.
Coming after? Who's got the police outside their door?
It's Baltimore. You never know what's going on out there. It's just all kinds of stuff happening behind the screen out there. It's just like, is it a fire? Is it the ambulance? Is it the cops chasing? So I don't know. It's Baltimore. It's the wire. It's just all happening outside.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's some news out of that area there in Wisconsin. So that community is definitely a little disappointed by that for sure. Let me see here. Old Bay ice cream. You know what? They might have an Old Bay ice cream. I wouldn't put that past them as well. I haven't had ice cream in a while, but they might have one there. Next time I go to the store, I'll have to see before we leave. Sometimes you cannot expose any skin, so no trying to go outside ever then. Yeah. I mean, if it's too cold, you just can't go out there. Old Bay sprinkled on the eggnog. I'm sure it's probably been done. Had to mop my floor. That's my mug of eggnog spill. Oh no. Eggnog all over the place. My dog and cat tried licking it up. Yeah, it is. Once it hits the floor, that's for them at that point. So they're all over it.
I hope it was laced with rum.
Yeah. They're like, if it's on the floor, then that's a score.
Yeah.
I'm fading friends. The same man's coming. Yeah, all right, JT.
All right,
have
JT.
a good one, brother. Take care. Feel better. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. So, yeah, so that's some news there. Another thing I saw earlier, too, which is funny because I just did a beer review on one of the breweries. Lord Hobo is now merging with Lone Pine, and they're going to create a new ownership structure that encompasses both of them. So Lord Hobo, obviously, they're known for their beers. Lone Pine definitely does some pretty good stuff out of Maine as well. Come together as two craft breweries rather than being absorbed by one of the big boys, right? So again, that's we've seen it happen with other smaller craft breweries doing it. So
honestly,
now they are.
Kind of surprised you don't see that more than it has happened already. You know what I mean? Like for that reason, Bush and Miller Lights were taking over. Like can combine and.
I think it gets into kind of the. I don't know, the Mouse, he's actually with the brewery, but I'm thinking it'd have to be like that kind of structure and kind of the necessity. Like, I think you want to have your identity, but if it's something where things are just almost to that point where it's that tight, you have to make the decision rather than maybe selling to a big boy. Maybe you're saying, well, let's see if we can get 2 together or 3 together. We saw, like I said, I remember when Victory did it with 6 Point, and I forgot the other brewery. It's just like, you can still keep your individuality, but we're going to have a common pool of some stuff we're going to do together, which is great if you can do that, I think. So it's all about the resources and where you're at.
Yeah, true.
But, to see both of them still doing that and still being able to be independent is a good thing. Like I said, Lone Pine, that OJ I just had, I would say the juice is loose because that means a different thing nowadays with OJ. But anyway, it was definitely a solid one. They put out there, and I've had Lord Hobo before too, so 2 good breweries for sure. But here for the Chicago fans in the house. Chicago. Yeah, I got Chicago news too because I go all over.
Chi-town.
Bitter Pops announced the return of the Advent calendar for 2024. And this year, collection will feature 24 craft beers featuring local and regional breweries to count down to Christmas. And it's going to be released in, I forgot to look at the name of the city, Lincoln.
It's like Lincoln Square area.
Lincoln Square, like
They're
Lincoln
not
Square
that far
area. I
from
think.
me, yeah.
Yeah. And I know one of the ones they mentioned, which is kind of weird because it's Ohio, right? They got one that was done with Rheingeist and New Riff, and one of the other breweries, it was barrel aged for like a year with the New Riff type bourbon and then some other stuff. But it's going to be one. They're sprinkling some of the cans into the Adventist mystery type cans as well too. So that's kind of cool. But it looks like a fun thing. So if you're interested, they're going to be on sale next week. Wait a minute. Yeah, next week, second week of November. So next week. If you're looking for Advent, have you guys ever done an Advent calendar?
Yeah.
You have?
Yep.
Okay.
But not like you're supposed to.
You take the first week in one night?
How did you F it
No,
up?
I don't drink one every single day.
They got the numbers right on the things.
No, I
It's
know
not that hard.
Like, I don't drink every single day, so I can't do it. But I had bought one from Tampa before.
And the goal is to give you a treat every day.
On weekends,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like, okay, so we got
I think Todd just figured out he couldn't count to 24 even naked.
As long as they're done in time.
I was going to ask you guys the same thing, but it's like, no, I've done it, but I've not like you're supposed to.
Yeah. I've never done one. I thought about it a few times. I just never done one, but
Chu and I have.
That's good.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I did my Advent in like 3 weekends all at once. I made up for it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bitter Pops, but I knew when they said it,
It's a
like
great
when I was
spot.
looking at it, was a Chicago piece. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about something about the breweries and the brew scene and all that kind of stuff. They came out a report. They said brewery equipment is set to actually reach $29.45 billion by 2032 as far as that industry. So breweries are still making money. Breweries are still growing. Breweries are still happening out there. So as we sometimes see this concern about the craft beer, the bubble, and the brewery shutting down, and one shuts down, it's like another one's always buying. There's definitely still some good optimism out there, and it's definitely seeing some growth. So, we always hear about people drinking less, but they're drinking less. Maybe we're drinking more, but the numbers are still out there. So this is encouraging. And for those of you that go to Aldi, although I think it's just in the UK right now, they just launched their Hop Foundry beers, which are made from food waste. Which, when you say food waste, it makes it sound a lot worse than actually what it is, because they're actually using waste bread and then unwanted fruit. So it's kind of like they're recycling that kind of stuff. And when you say waste, you don't usually think of that food type thing. It's like they need to work on their marketing a little bit more. I wouldn't kind of come out saying, just get the waste part out of it. Just say from unwanted food or food before it goes bad or whatever it may be.
Just don't say waste.
Yeah. Waste is as bad as when you hear something like moist out there. Like, yeah, don't put that out there.
Great Meats IPA. Yeah, no.
Yeah. But that was some of the. Go ahead.
Oh, I was wondering. I hope you'll forgive me. I think I need to crash tonight. It's been a weird week. And I'm feeling an anxiety attack coming on, so I'm like, okay, I need to take a minute.
Sure.
So, but I might just call it a night if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, no.
Take care of you.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm doing my best. This darn medication has got my brain all over the place. So, but yeah, I'm going to call it a night if that's chill. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. We are on for next week, right?
Yeah, next week we'll be on. Perfect. So as far as it stands now.
Love you guys.
All right. Take care of yourself,
man.
man.
Take care. All right.
Bye, guys.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. So that was the beer news. That was the beer updates. That was some of the stuff happening. Dave, I don't know if you're seeing stuff there on your stuff, things you got coming up out of Chicago. If there's things you want to mention.
Yeah, I mean, I texted you. We were texting earlier. I missed the first hour of your show that Revolution's closing their original brew pub on Milwaukee Avenue, which is
Oh
kind of
wow.
sad.
I
I
didn't
mean,
see
they
that.
still have their big production facility that's on Kedzie that's going to stay open, but the original brew pub was, I mean, it was just for the city area. I mean, you had Goose Island, and then all of a sudden, a couple other breweries popped up. But when Revolution came out, because you had the brew pub, you had food, you had everything, it was such a cool spot. So it's kind of sad. Revolution trying to do right and giving them extended severance packages, which is cool for them. Try to get as many people on as they can at the Kedzie spot, but that's kind of sad to see because I spent a lot of days at that place, before you could, before you found a brewery on every street corner, that
Yeah.
was like the place to go. And that was kind of sad to see. And I'm hoping I can get out there before they're going to close mid-December. So I'm going to try to get out there at least one last time before they shut it down for good.
And I'm pretty sure when her and I was there in Chicago last year, we was going to go to Revolution. It was like, I think they were closed on like Monday through Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
And Dave was going to go. It was like Wednesday because it was like the last day we were there. And it was like, who's what kind of hours are these? It was like, I was like, the one brewery I was looking forward to going to is like, I should have looked into it more and like done it on Sunday when we were there instead of like.
Yeah. Part of their release said, the restaurant part never really rebounded from COVID, and everybody's habits are all different. It's not the same as it was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And
that's true.
The areas developed too, like back when they started. I mean, it was still a cool area, but it wasn't like the trendy hip area that it is now. And now there's more breweries there. There's more places to go, and there's more places throughout the city. So, I mean, it's kind of a shame. I mean, I've had birthday parties there. I've met a ton of people there. So it's kind of sad, but I understand why. I mean, you're in business to make money, and if you can't make money, you got to cut bait.
Yeah.
What's the point? Yeah. Yep.
The one that was there, is that the one that ABC was at as well when she was doing like the drink stuff too? That when they're closing? Okay.
Well, she was there. I mean, there's two places that they have. So I think she was at the original Milwaukee Avenue spot, but she might have been at Kedzie, and I'm not like 1,000% positive, but from some of the pictures that she posted, it looked like the Milwaukee spot. And it's just a shame. I mean, the food was so good. It was something that, like, when they opened up in 2010, it just wasn't around. You might have had, like, the Ram was a big chain and Rock Bottom was a chain. But you didn't have, like, local places where you could get beer that was brewed there with really good bar food. So it was something that was different, and it was just like, this is something you could call your own if you lived in that area. So it's kind of sad. I'm going to try to I got a lot of stuff happening in the next couple of weeks, but I want to try to get out there and do like a whole, like, goodbye to them, because it does kind of touch me that they're leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. Rock Bottom, we had one of those in Cincinnati for a while before they closed. Well, we moved here 3 years ago, so they closed probably about maybe 10 years ago. It was like 6 or 7 years before we moved. But that's sad to hear about them for sure, because I enjoy their beers.
Yeah, and they had bacon fat popcorn. Like the popcorn, they popped it in bacon fat, and it was topped with chunks of bacon, like freshly grated Parmesan, and like big pieces of like basil. Oh my God, was it so good?
Before, Dave, and this is phenomenal. Like, it changed your life. It changed your life.
I mean, and like the food was good, the burgers, everything. Like it was it was high end bar food, and
Yeah.
it was good. The people, like the front of house workers, were always cool. So yeah, I'm gonna miss it. I had birthday parties there, ton of stuff that I've been there for. So it's kind of sad for the Chicago area beer market.
Right. Yeah, bacon fat, bacon fat and then duck fat. They started
Yeah.
coming out with duck fat for stuff.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. duck
Yeah.
fat fries. Yeah, I'll take some. Yeah.
I made some
I'm gonna
biscuits
grab
and
one more
gravy
beer.
with
I'll be
duck
right
fat.
back.
Okay.
I made some biscuits and gravy with duck fat for Todd. And let's see.
How'd that go? Well, you mean just now? Not now.
Farm.
You saying you just made it now with duck fat?
Yeah.
Is that where you went to make some duck fat biscuits and gravy?
Yeah.
Well,
There's a
damn.
pond out back, and I was tired of them fucking.
Hey, there's no duck fat in that.
But it was good, and he's gonna go get some more.
No,
What you like these? Which one you like the most? You can have both of them. My daughter liked my 2 paintings I made.
Oh, nice.
You like them? You can have them.
She gonna take them to school with her?
Go in the spare room.
She can do whatever she wants to. She can make a bonfire with them. I
Yeah.
love that she loved that I did that.
Yeah.
Yes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good biscuits and gravy though, without any.
So is she just home from break for right now, or like
Yes.
Yeah.
She just
how's
came
there a
home.
break? I thought break was at Thanksgiving.
No, she just came home for the weekend because she was homesick.
Oh. Okay. Do her laundry.
And I love
These
that.
kids
We have
still do that. Come back home to do their laundry.
I don't care who she missed. I'm just glad she's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just glad.
Oh.
she's-
I'm just glad she's here. What did
Right,
you pour
yeah.
something in that? That didn't taste that. That don't taste right.
Did you let it sit there for a while? I mean, it's Bud Light. If you let it sit there for a bit, it's not going to taste right.
Right, exactly.
That tastes like it has dill
You-
pickle juice in it.
You get the old school. You get the old school bitter fit beer face there.
It stinks. I ain't drinking that.
I'm gonna go get a new one. That one,
Well, I don't know what you did to it, but
it don't matter who did whatever they did to it. I'm just gonna get a new
Bud
one.
Light.
Solution to every problem. Ugh.
You never want warm Bud Light. That's for sure.
nah.
That-
That definitely is bitter beer face right there. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that caught her way off guard with that Bud Light.
It was mad because you abandoned it. That's what was going on there.
Yeah. But she was going all that time. I thought she went to bed or whatever. She's making biscuits and gravy.
Could eat some biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. That's what Shannon was making that whole time.
Use the biscuits that were already cooked. in the
Yeah.
fridge.
I just warmed the biscuits up.
I was gonna do that for dinner tonight. but-
Yes, and then I made some biscuits and
You're
gravy.
making breakfast
but I
breakfast for snacks.
Yeah, I made the gravy from scratch because we have like a little thing that we collect all our bacon grease in.
Yeah.
But I didn't put any sausage in it because that's where I'm always like.
I thought biscuits and gravy had sausage. I thought it was sausage and
It
gravy.
does, unless you don't have any sausage or you're in a rush and the sausage is frozen. You just use bacon grease,
Yeah, I was gonna say we had some sauce.
bacon grease, and flour and milk, and yeah.
That's what Trez had for your Bud Light. Nothing like warm eagle piss.
True, Trez. True.
But you did leave that Bud Light. You let that Bud Light for a while. It probably did because it got
at least
warm.
it's eagle piss and not like robin piss.
It
'cause
kinda-
robins are very
I mean, to be
common.
honest, it kind of smelled weird. Like I don't know what was going on, but I feel like our dogs like humped it or something. I don't know what was going on there.
Well,
but-
you know what? That's a
It was a
problem
weird
of the
smell.
past.
Did it fall in the trough?
I've moved
It must have fell in the trough somewhere.
It must have, yeah. One of the old men got it out.
It
for you.
must have fell
Yeah.
in one of our troughs.
Yeah,
It
crossing
must have fell in one of
streams.
our
Yeah.
troughs we have around here.
You never cross the streams. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
You get another dovetail, Dave?
Yes, I did.
I thought I saw yellow there.
Yeah, I have, they're Hellas.
There is
Oh, the Hellas again? Okay.
there's another biscuit up there.
So anything else going on with the show? Any other guests you got upcoming?
Yeah,
Dave,
I got a lot of stuff. Tomorrow I'm going to go to Old Irving and I'm going to do like a full band preview show, the festival of barrel aged.
oh
beer.
yeah.
So I'm going to talk to Old Irving tomorrow. I'm actually going there, going to do this live at the brewery. I have another Illinois brewery that I'm going to talk to on Monday, and then I'll wrap that all up. I have this malt company in Maine, and they produce the malt for like the Maine Brewing Company's lunch, Allagash White. So I want to talk to them about their operation. And
Illinois.
yeah, Illinois. No, I get yelled at if I pronounce it wrong from my wife, even though I'm the one that's lived here for 57 years. I get yelled at.
Hey,
But,
I know the pain. I know the pain.
Yeah. But I'm going to talk to this company in Maine. They're called Blue Ox. And then this woman who does a communication company who's like provided me with a lot of guests. So I'm going to talk to her about like, you know, how she got into beer. You know, I want to learn more about like her story. So that's all coming up in the next couple of weeks. And then I want to try to get like a Revolution episode out before they shut down.
Yeah. So another reason, make sure you're checking out Beer in Front for sure. And then you're going to be putting that on YouTube and the podcast?
Yeah, I'll put that out. I'll probably get the woman Emily from Rad Craft Brewing. I'll probably get that out like a week
Whenever
from
you
today.
want to.
Yeah. No, I want to get that out like a week from today. The following week will be the Fobab preview show. Then I'll do the malt company. So like I took this week off from the podcast because it was Ruby's birthday yesterday.
Oh, tell her happy birthday. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
So yeah, just but yeah, a lot of stuff like coming up. The next month will be busy.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
What's the dates for Fobab? You remember offhand?
It'll be the Friday and Saturday before Thanksgiving. So like the 21st and 22nd or 22nd and 23rd, wherever those fall out, but it'll be the Friday, Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder if Big Daddy Mojo is going to be going and some of the other people in there in Chicago, like JT and Liz.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'll definitely be there.
Mal.
Yeah. You know, I forgot to ask Mal if she was going because, I want to, you know, Mal's like one person. We've never met in person. You know, I see her.
Oh, yeah, and you're right there. Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, for whatever reason, like different events, like, you know, she's there, I'm not there, or vice versa. So it would be good to finally, you know, meet in person outside of on the computer screen.
Yeah. Well, we won't be there in time this year, but that's Fobab's something I hope we can try to get to next year then, because I do want to get to that one, to that event. I always heard some good things about that. I think getting back in the area, Fobab is on the list, and then Dark Lord Day is on the list to get that done, because I haven't been to Dark Lord Day. When I lived there, I missed all up. Well, next year, try to plan that out to try to go.
Right, when you go, we're going, and we'll call Dave, and we're all going to go to Dark Lord. I've never been either.
Yeah, that's a goal for next year to get to Dark Lord Day.
It's like a 3-day drunk fest.
Yeah.
Well,
I always have an extra ticket to Fobab, so if you want to go next year, Rod.
I definitely
we'll go together.
Yeah. I'll look to get that set up. So yeah, it's you move away from an area, then you move back, and you move away, you realize stuff you didn't do, and you get a chance to move back, and now you got a second chance to do stuff you wanted to do, and definitely want to take more advantage of that. Like I said, I told her we're going back because I'm going to Chicago more if we go back, because I feel like I didn't go enough when we were there all those years, and it's like a 5-6 hour drive or whatever, and then trying to get up to Cleveland area a little bit more, so I go to Great Lakes, some of the breweries they have up there in Ohio and stuff. So probably see like TK and all those guys, and Ginger and Joey from his podcast, and some of the other people up there, Lep and all of them. So a lot of good stuff to look at doing. So and it's such a great area between Cincinnati and Chicago for the beers and stuff. And then obviously Todd's only going to be a couple hours for me, so getting down to see him in the Louisville area and all that kind of stuff too. So
what area?
Louisville.
All right.
I was waiting to see if it was.
Yeah, Todd, you guys got to send me your info, so I'll put it on the Beer Media Group page too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because I actually been invited to come down here before. I never got a chance to go down previously, but Sam from Against the Grain invited me down to the brewery down there. Yeah, and so I need to connect back with him and see about coming down there.
Yeah, I loved that when I was there. I mean, that was like a great spot when I was there because they're in that the stadium where the Bats play, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And one
that
time
was
I was
like
going to actually go there, it was actually flooded from the river that time. I was like, "Are you
Okay.
kidding me?" The one time I down here to go, and they were
Yeah.
closed. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 10 years ago I was down there and I'm like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
cool spot. It's a
Yeah.
cool spot.
Yeah.
And on
Yeah, they
game
got
day, you can't even get in that place because it's so crowded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I was
wouldn't mind
there.
getting
It
over
was
to
like, no, go ahead.
go
man.
ahead. No, I was just thinking like down that area between Louisville and Lexington and West 6 is another spot down there on the area
Yeah.
too. Would be good to see.
Yeah, I was down there in Louisville. It wasn't baseball season, so it was a weekday, so it wasn't crowded at all. We just got in, grabbed a good bite to eat, and had some beers, and that was like really good. But it was like November, so it was like a good time to go.
So Dave, did you go to the Louisville Slugger Museum when you was here?
No, actually, like we were driving back. I went because I was an ambassador for Maker's Mark. So I went down there to get the bottle with, my name on the bottle and all that.
That is cool.
So
yeah.
we drove back from Loretto, Kentucky, stopped in Louisville, and then that was like on the way home. So we didn't have a lot of time in Louisville. I think we had like overnight. So by the time we got back from Loretto, we got to, do the Against the Grain, but then we drove back the next morning.
Yeah. Because there is a lot of cool places around here to go to.
Yeah.
As far as like beer scene and stuff, like it's growing. So is growing.
Yeah, and this was, like I said, 10 years ago, so probably wasn't as big, then, but back then it was more, going the Bourbon Trail and doing all that, which was awesome too.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
But Louisville Slugger Museum is like it's a cool thing, especially for like baseball or whatever. Like, it's definitely like a destination spot to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you can get like a engraved bat, I think, with your name on it or something there too, right? Like,
yeah.
Pretty cool as a.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be like one of my bucket lists to do to get, a bat or something like, a model that like, one of my favorite, like a Dave Parker or somebody like that, like who I watched as a kid. I would try to get that model like hung up on the wall.
Oh yeah. So I'll show you this. When my dad retired, so this is kind of the bats that they give you if you go there or whatever, and you buy like your engraved whatever. So when my dad retired, they all chipped in and got him like a little
sweet
like bat thing or whatever. So it's got his name and stuff on it,
All right.
Yeah, it's cool.
So it was kind of cool. But they always give those kind of things out, name on them or whatever. So it's a cool place. It's a cool place to go to.
Yeah, I would just love it to, just like pick up a bat. Okay, this is something that like, I was a kid of the 70s, so like guys like Jim Rice, Dave Parker, guys like that. I would like to like pick up a bat and that they swung.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, their actual facility was in Indiana.
Yeah.
Which was basically like 5 miles from our house.
Yeah.
Wow.
We talk,
until finally got a place over in Louisville, and that's where they're at now. Like,
and we've talked before, like my family's from Evansville, so I mean you're right there on the border.
Yeah. So Big Daddy said, I don't do FOBAB anymore. That's my last experience. I couldn't stand after my 40 small shots of beer sample night. Yeah, they can definitely hit you for sure. Yeah, you got to know your pace. You got to know your levels, right? Like, you don't want to get too crazy. Oh, shoot. He said, Mike, I got you there, Jimmy. Cheers, my friend. Great to see you, brother. Hopefully you're doing well. He said Marty Natural was I got to make sure I pronounce his name right. I don't know. First time meeting him, but Marty Natural was judging that night that Big Daddy was there. Him and Big Daddy did some tours and stuff together back in the day. So I'm excited to do that next week. So it'll be a good time. I'm pretty sure. So yeah. But no, good stuff. Good things happening. So everybody keep tuning in and keep watching. And again, make sure to check out Dave as well, Beer Front, and the stuff that the Beer Media Group try to do some different things there, share with other people that, if you're out there telling a story around beer, reach out to us and get you as a part of that, because try to get you connected on a few
that's
things.
like the thing that what I wanted to do is get a group of people, like if a brewery or a PR firm wants to get their word out about beer, you could find somebody, whatever you're looking for, with us. You want somebody from Chicago, you can get me. You want somebody from Cincinnati, you can get Rod. You can go on, Indiana, you can get Todd. There's like people all around that you could find somebody for what you're looking for with this group. And that's what I'm trying to do, and it's hard. Like, I'm doing all this out of my own pocket. I put up the website, I did all this. So I ain't gonna do all the work. If you want to be listed, you got to send me your stuff. I ain't gonna write it all for
right.
you. Come on, help me out a little bit here.
They don't got to write it for themselves. ChatGPT will do it for them.
Exactly.
So,
But send me your stuff and I'll include it on the page. But I want to get a list of like-minded people who just like and love craft beer, and we like talking about it. We're not here. No one's making money off of doing this. We do this out of love, and because we love good beer. So, if you're interested, if this is your side hustle, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm easily found. Let me know.
Yeah.
And include your name on the list.
Definitely.
I have a separate page. I have a separate page for everybody with their social media links. I'll include an email link. So if a company wants to get a hold of you, they could do it right from that web page. Like, hey, I'm interested. Boom, and it'll go right to your personal email account.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. Yeah. And thank you for that, Big Daddy Nate Show. Okay, that'll help. That'll help for next week. So see, it's all about knowing other people to help you out. So that does make a difference. But so we're about the 11 o'clock hour here, 10 o'clock for Dave. Go ahead and wrap this baby up. And no, great show. Great being back. Again, I didn't drink any beer tonight because I'm actually fighting through gout. If you're wondering, why isn't Rod drinking any beer right now? So I'll be drinking again next week when you see me for sure. But just kind of playing a little safe. Got to go up to New Jersey this week. And it's going to be kind of interesting going to New Jersey just because usually I go to New Jersey, it's like I'm bringing beer back, right? And I'm like, I can't really bring beer back because I got beer already got to pack in the car that I probably won't drink. And space is limited. But then it's like, I know when I go to spots in New Jersey where I can get deals like on Firestone Walker or some of the Goose Islands or that, I'm like, do I dare put my head into the store? Because if I find it is on deal, I got to get it. And this is like, get it now and worry about where to put it later.
I can help you, Rod. Send him and I can help you.
Send him ahead, right? So it'll be interesting to see, but ever since I'm still wearing my Pop and Fresh costume. But no, back next week on that stuff, and then more videos coming. I think on the channel, I just uploaded a video yesterday. I think it might be time has just been so crazy and getting things planned out. I'm probably going to be going Monday, Wednesday, and I'm thinking Friday or Saturday for some of the video uploads. So it's hard to kind of, and you guys know this because you guys are doing the channel stuff there. It's hard to kind of get on a daily basis. It's just too much. If I was doing YouTube full time, that'd be one thing. But when you got the job and everything else you got to do, it just makes it hard. And then Todd, you got any videos and stuff coming up on your channel now?
I don't know. She was all gun ho, and now she's not. So probably I'm gonna be doing it by myself moving forward. Probably.
Well, you can do like Joe too, and just do it and just put it up there. You don't have to edit it if you don't want to edit it.
No. So yes, it'll probably just be me. So the numbers will go down because everybody's tuning in to see her. But
I think people like seeing both of you two go at it when you don't agree on something, and that makes it a little interesting. Well, not that you're not interested by yourself, but it's just kind of having that friction there a little bit,
that
like
little give and take.
Sorry, 20 people watching is going to go down to like 8 now. When I give myself credit for 8 people anyway.
You gotta get a Shannon cutout board to put it next to you when you do it.
I'm telling you, Shannon.
That's a good idea. Oh the same thing you thought about it last week. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Hey,
That is a
Shannon,
good,
you
Brian,
put
that's a
out
great
that
idea.
that Brian song video, Shannon. You're gonna go viral.
Yeah. We gotta have
I'm
Shannon
not-
watch Brian's song.
It's not happening.
Oh, it is.
I'm not watching
You-
it. I'm not watching it.
As far as you
Beers
know.
and Brian's song. There you go.
You all watch Still Magnolias then.
Still Magnolia. I see Still Magnolias.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
a chick
watch
flick,
Steel
but I've seen it.
Magnolias, and I'll watch
you
the
don't
Note.
relate though. because
I'll
you
watch the
don't relate.
Notebook if you
I think it's the
watch
beaches
Brian's
one. It
song.
beaches make people cry though. Make women cry.
Ugh.
I'll do the Notebook if you do Brian's song.
Oh, the Notebook. Ooh,
Ooh.
the Notebook.
I mean, that is a fair. Have you ever?
Challenge.
Dave,
I've heard about it. I have not seen it.
Challenge. Oh, now you have to now just because.
Yeah.
What movie did I tell you to watch?
I'm
The
sorry.
Notebook.
No, Still
Still
Magnolias.
Magnolias.
Still
Yeah.
Magnolias. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Or we
Still
could-
Magnolias?
Or we could all watch Up. The first 10 minutes of Up. If that doesn't make you
Oh,
cry,
no.
you
The
are not
cartoon?
human. Oh,
The
yeah.
cartoon? It's just a
Yeah.
cartoon.
Right?
No.
Oh,
you
dude.
Oh,
just.
that's so good. That was so good. That was so
Yeah.
No, you just blew it out of the park right there.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Up.
It's just.
Oh,
It's just. I just thought it was just a cartoon with the balloons and the guy and the kid, right?
That's a good call.
No.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Up
Yeah.
is about this old couple that have been together forever. And it shows like their story, and it is cartoon or animated. And
Yeah.
it shows them together forever in the very beginning. And then the wife dies. And then the old man's really sad. And it's fucking awful. Don't watch it. 'Cause
Did you cry? Did you cry when you watched it?
No.
No, it is good, but it's
Oh, I saw
It
that
will
at the theater.
traumatize you. It will
Yeah, with my
traumatize
niece and nephew. My niece and nephew were young, and I would take them. Like I would take them to whatever, like the Pixar movies or whatever. I'm like, I'll take you guys to the movies. I'm bawling. I'm like ugly crying, and they're looking at me like, Uncle Dave, are you okay? I'm like, just shut up and watch the movie. I'm just like,
Yeah. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah. Just leave me alone.
No, Dave, I have an experience like
Yeah.
that. So for my daughters, like, I don't know, she was like,
That's so true, though. That
Yeah.
is so
Todd
true.
got out of this one because
Yeah.
Todd's usually in on the birthday parties and stuff too. But Kylie, I think she was like around 12 or 13, right when her friends were probably becoming like, oh, judgy. And Kylie's like, there's this movie out called A Dog's Purpose. And I'm
I
like,
think you've seen it.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
yes.
I don't have to see it. I could just tell by the title
Oh,
that it's going to
yeah,
make you cry. You're going to make your
no,
ass cry.
It's even worse than you can possibly fucking imagine. So I made the bad decision. All of Kylie were on her friends were like in this row of the seat. I made the bad decision to sit by myself in front of their row. And it's about these fucking dogs. It's the same dog that dies over and over again with different owners. This dog's purpose. This dog lives this life with this guy, and then it dies, and then it goes on to another owner when it's reborn. And that same dog died like 12 times.
Oh, after the
And-
first or second time, you got to go.
Yeah, right.
Wait a
right.
minute. Now that the same dog with the dog died, the dog.
I didn't even realize what was going on by the time I collected myself from the dog dying. He was dying again. And then it was one of the worst experiences of my life. It
I
has
could
scarred me. Because Kylie and all her snooty friends are behind me being like, your mom can't keep her shit together. And she's sobbing in the middle of the movie theater. And then that's when he did come, Todd did at the end of the movie, because I had to work the next day. You took them over to the pizza place that's over there next to the movie theater. It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're fucking all yours. I need to
Yeah.
go home and die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I remember,
awful.
yeah.
It was awful. Do not ever watch that movie.
Todd went to go take him to go see Gladiator or something. Yeah. He's like,
That
I
would
don't
have
want
been
no
a
part of
smart
this. Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. That would have been a better choice.
I mean, whoever made that movie up needs to die.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something. Somebody put. That's not.
I didn't. What do you keep grabbing it for?
I
Why
grabbed
do
it.
you? Why is that? Is it still there? You didn't pour it out or anything?
Something happened to that beer.
It's a
Yeah,
Bud
but
Light.
like got warm.
It's a Bud-
Somebody, no.
Yeah, it's a Bud Light for one.
Somebody snuck in here and poisoned my beer because I'm a woman. It smells awful.
It does kind of smell. It
It
does smell.
smells awful.
It does smell.
That's
funky.
probably skunky because it's Bud Light.
No, it's worse than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
It's not right for sure. Even though like 3/4 of it's gone, so
yeah.
the rest of that smells. Whoa, I don't know what that's awful.
Yet it's still there on the table.
Yeah.
Kind of a bad smell of.
Hey, you know what? When somebody's an asshole, or
That's
messes
kind of
up
what it
the
smells
room,
like, actually. Maybe.
I
A
don't
ba-
know
a
how
bad
many assholes you've. I mean, it does kind of smell like an
A
asshole.
bad asshole, I guess.
I
Maybe,
think
but
I've smelled more assholes than you have in my profession.
probably. It
It's
does kind of smell like a nursing home. So
anyway, you know what? That's
Smells like an old
we
wintergreen.
removed it and we got a new one. We solved that problem.
Oh, thank goodness for that because nobody wants an old stinky Bud Light around.
that's or Bud Light in general. But
Hey, I appreciate your opinion, but you need to appreciate mine that I like to drink a Bud Light.
well, that's fine. I wouldn't say nothing about that.
Well, you know, kind of.
Obviously, because I was the one that bought them all for you.
You
so-
are.
You,
Because
you
I'm like,
guys need to
don't
save
buy-
this for you need to save this for your own videos.
I feel bad telling Shannon about the news of Miller Lite that made her switch. Now she's getting bad Bud Light.
Why you see?
Yeah, because they said they
Yeah.
smell like buttholes. Thanks, Rod.
No, I didn't. Bud Light does, but
No, he made me switch to beers that smell like buttholes.
Bud Light,
all
your
right.
butthole
You
never
You know
smelled this
what?
good.
I would rather drink a beer that smells like buttholes than drink a beer.
Here we go.
You
Here we
know
go.
what I'm saying.
no, continue because we're not sure what you're saying at this point.
The reason I don't like Miller Lite anymore, they might have tasted better, but I'd rather drink a beer that doesn't taste as good than drink a beer and give business to a company that supports what they support. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's my life and my decisions and my beer.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that
And
being
everybody
said,
else gets to do what they want to do. I can only do what I can do. I only have rights for a little bit more, but you know, I'm gonna do what I can with. Well,
I was going to make the last one Shannon's last word, but now we got Shannon's last word again. But
That-
go ahead.
That's your new book coming out before.
you know, I can't write a book.
You know that old Red Fox? Red Fox had a skit like sooner or later, you're this close away from ass. So
Sooner or late, this close.
You
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
are.
One wrong turn.
yeah,
No,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
you gotta wash that ass.
Cheers,
This
Brandon.
it's not a turn. It's just a too aggressive thrust, and I'm like, oops, wrong hole,
Well, it depends what you're doing, though. It can be a wrong turn.
wrong hole, not wrong turn.
Well, one wrong move.
Yeah, you gotta like have.
There's
you
different
gotta-
ways.
you gotta-
Never mind. I'm trying to talk about Shannon. I think Shannon's on a different level right now. Just like
Yeah, because I'm on
Yeah.
the other end of it, so I know. I'm on
there's
the other
different
end.
ways to get to that. There's more ways to walk that road than just the thing, one way you're thinking, I think.
I'm glad you got it figured out, Rod.
No one's going to win with Shannon tonight. None of us as men are going to win with Shannon tonight. So.
Yeah.
I'm so glad someone with a penis can give me instructions.
We're in luck because he won Tuesday night. So you gotta.
I'd be like-
I am
Watch
so
this. Watch this. Well, at least Todd, you got her back in the kitchen cooking again. She's in there making sausage and gravy.
Yeah, yeah, see, yes,
biscuits
yes.
and gravy with no sauce.
No, wait. This is twice this year.
Yeah,
It's
Hey,
gonna be 3 times. Here
it's
in a couple
almost
weeks, so,
Thanksgiving. It's
yeah.
almost Thanksgiving, so 3 times in the year.
Pretty soon, Todd will be like The Rock. Know your role.
That's right. No. What the?
Yeah, hey, you know,
Nothing
You
can bring
know,
Bud
you
Light back. Not the UFC, Kid Rock, or Shane McGillis. It is the herpes of beers. No one ever says, I got the good herpes.
True, Emerson. That's so true.
hey, you know what, Emerson?
Got
That
the good
doesn't
herbs.
bother me because I enjoy it. And if you don't, then you don't. You shouldn't be so judgmental, though. You shouldn't let other people bring down your happiness because they're doing things you wouldn't do.
So you got the good herbs, is what he's saying.
I mean, I don't think there's a good herbs, but
That's what Emerson said. It's not a good herb.
That's what he. Yeah. See.
well, okay. Hey, it is what it is.
Those off years when herpes isn't
Hey,
around.
at least if I have herpes, then I don't, and I can be like, hey,
I don't even know. A beer
Then
show ends up on
nobody
this
would-
topic. Who knows? Oh.
I mean, not, but you know, I don't have herpes, so you can still put your.
Whoa! What's going on here? Look, it's at the hour.
That's-
Shut down. Shut
That's a
it
good.
down.
That's a
Shut
good
it
thing.
down.
That's a good thing.
I mean, I feel like I'm really not that R-rated. Like, I'm not that R-rated.
No, you go straight to X. There's no R. Just
No, I
NC
can
seven,
go X.
NC 17, NC 17.
NC-17. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But it just, I mean, like, they're just things that everybody does. So I'm like, why we got to keep it a secret? Like, it's just everybody does this shit.
Dave's
So
like, Jesus Christ, why am I here on?
That's what Diddy said. Everybody does this shit, right? Like they're like, no, everybody doesn't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
He gives out baby oil also.
hey, it was just a bad business deal. That's what happened to Diddy with the baby oil.
You get a souvenir when you go there.
It was a bad business deal with the baby oil.
Bud Light is a Republican beer. It's just hate it.
I'm gonna be sober now because now I can't drink Bud Light or
We're
Miller.
gonna have her drinking Milwaukee's Best pretty soon. So,
That's made by Miller.
It's not,
yeah.
though.
Oh, that's made by Miller too. So you
No,
can't do
Bud
Milwaukee's
Light's
Best
not.
either. Can you do Old Milwaukee? Old Milwaukee.
No, Bud Light's not a Republican beer because everybody banned Bud Light because they had the flag on their beer. Remember?
They only did it for one thing. Well, then they got rid of it and they backtracked. Yeah.
I
So
guess I'm gonna have to be sober.
Kid Rock came out, and so they, back.
this is why you want to have craft beer. Be independent because craft beer is always supportive.
That's right.
Well, you know what? I don't believe everything I read. I just, God damn it.
Just ruined her buzz.
You go just for the whiskey.
Good job, man.
No, but you know what? That made me grow. I'm like, I'm gonna come out with a woman's beer that is open for men to drink too, as long as they know a woman made it and they're still okay with drinking it.
You should read the Facebook post on my Facebook page that I put up there today.
You know what? I've had too much fucking information fed to me over the last few days. I don't want no more. No more.
It's about 3 successful beer women in Atlanta.
I'll read it next week. Now I can't even drink my Bud Light anymore.
Oh,
You better play the closing music now, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Shut it down. Shut it down.
She's all riled up there. She ain't sleeping tonight. Poor Todd.
I don't have my phone. Look it up. Make sure.
Todd's gonna be blamed for taking too much blanket.
No, look it up. Who makes
Thanks,
Bud?
Emerson. Now it's my fault.
Who makes Bud Light?
Bush.
Bush, Anheuser-Busch.
I mean, if a Bush company makes it's got to be a woman's company.
We've got Bush.
Bush is a German name. Busch. That's German.
Women have men have bushes too, but you know.
Not since the 70s.
Okay.
Don't discriminate.
You know what? I think we should be a woman's beer for men called Emerson. Like, I feel like
Emerson, get your goat right now. Emerson's just getting you worked up right now. So
He's He's just crying into it.
He's poking the bear. He's poking the bear. That's all he's doing. He's gonna make you go Jason Kelsey, and you said Jason Kelsey got to be a better person. Got to be a better person, Jason Kelsey.
Don't poke me tonight. Don't poke me.
Wait a minute.
Any other night. Don't
You talking? I think you're talking to Todd.
So I can't poke you tonight?
Todd, the key's under the mat, brother.
All right.
The keys under the mat.
We're signing off now, then, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, poke isn't a very good word. Say like
You said it, not me.
Like not poke. Poke. No. Poke's not good.
All right, y'all. We're gonna let that be Shannon's last word, and we're gonna sign off when she can figure out if she's getting poked or not here. So
No, nobody's poking me.
And no, we'll see you next week.
yeah, tune in next week. Let's see if Todd shows up or if he goes missing.
Yeah. Smiling and frowning.
Poke.
I'm gonna slide over. Todd will be next to me next week.
Impale.
It's me and Dave and everybody else.
Impale. Not poke.
That's not good.
Impale.
Impale is like to kill someone.
Well, it's better than a poke.
Yeah.
It's better than a poke.
No, it's not. Impale's not better than a poke.
Hey, we'll take what we get this
Hey, I'm on the receiving end, not
Okay.
you.
Oh, we know. It's just Shannon's she's having a rough week right now.
Might be my last week ever before I have to go to the fields and work.
It's gonna get rougher, so you know.
I mean, it's a good time to watch Brian's song and get all out of your system.
Yes.
Yeah, make me even more depressed and
You're off
just make
tomorrow.
me dig my own grave and bury myself in it.
You're off tomorrow. I'm gonna come home and quiz you on Brian's song. See
I
if you
love
watch
Brian Piccolo.
No, it's not happening.
it. We're gonna watch it.
No, listen, because you'll get upset and then I'll be worried about you being upset. No, it's not fucking, I don't have any interest. No, it's not happening. You
No.
watch Brian's song.
No, we are gonna watch it.
Oh, are we? You get to tell me what to do. Oh, you do now, don't you?
There he goes. He's back in the hole again, folks.
Yes.
Remember,
Oh my
Dave.
God.
Remember, Dave said keys under the mat. So
Yes, because Todd gets to tell me what to do now because he has a penis and I have a vagina. So yes, please tell
Hey.
me what.
that's a Ben Snyder, and it's a tallywhacker.
Yeah, Tyler Ben Snyder moment right here.
I feel like Ben Snyder is a stronger word than tallywhacker. So
That makes sense.
I would
It
rather have a
does.
Ben Snyder than a tallywhacker.
What do you do? So
Well, you do.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
it all worked out.
Oh
It
my!
is more powerful for sure.
It is very powerful. It is very powerful.
All right, we're gonna end on that note because if I don't, we'll be going for another 10 or 15.
Cut,
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah. And come back next week to figure out if you don't know what a tallywhacker or best slider is, a Shannon will let you know.
Yes. Inquiring minds want to know.
Thanks for everybody that tuned in. We'll catch you all next week. Make sure to check out Dave Beer in Front. Make sure to check out Todd and maybe Shannon. What's your beer? We'll see.
Who
Hopefully
cares?
Shannon sticks with it because people want to see you, Shannon.
Wow.
People want to see you. You're entertaining.
I edit everything out. That's my thing. I get to editing and I edit everything out, and then we have a 3-minute video.
Well, Shannon is now the contrarian on the show, if you haven't noticed. So
I don't know what that word means. But
Todd, why don't you explain it to her?
yeah, Todd, mansplain it to her, Todd.
oh, please. He don't fucking know.
I
what it
gotta
means.
go to the bathroom.
He don't
I'll
even
be
know
back.
what it means.
All right, y'all. Everybody have a great weekend. We will catch up with you next week. Stay tuned in, and that's it. We're out.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.